WebSportsRadio.com, in association with KBFL, proudly presents
Zane O'Brien in off the bench, gives it to Turin on the other side. Turin tries to drag around one defender, can't get it done. It comes back out to the top of the slot to Chris Brown. Now the right side shot, save, rebound, score!
Missouri State University Ice Hockey.
I think it might be O'Brien that got that.
I think you're probably right.
Gavers is or make that Bratton is racing. Bratton has it in front. Shot, score! Patrick Johansson. That is Patrick Johansson's first goal with Missouri State.
With the call, here's Dan Lee and Steve Casson.
And live, better late than never here from Jordan Valley Ice Park, as the Missouri State Ice Bears will host the Iowa State Cyclones. Hello everybody, Steve Casson along with Dan Lee. And you know, we got here, we rushed, we thought everything was good, and then we have a 2-hour delay. But you know, the officials, they were coming from St. Louis. St. Louis is a mess right now on I-44, and we decided to leave them to themselves. Get here whenever you can, no problem. We'll delay a game for 2 hours, no big deal, and that's what we've done. So
yeah, and they have managed to scramble up enough officials to get this game underway tonight, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So it might be a couple hours late, but we've got a good one to look forward to tonight. If you stuck around long enough, you're going to hear a good game or watch it on WebSportsRadio.com.
Couple of changes to talk about for Missouri State. Of course, you know, their biggest goal scorer, one of their best players, Andrew Kovacic, not playing for the second half of this semester. They are without his services. And also Alex Smith, who is no longer with the hockey club. But they pick up one new player, Henrik Lohman, who we'll talk to. And I believe the second period intermission, Henrik, a freshman, 6'2", 190, out of... And I know that he's going to tell you how to pronounce it, but I am not going to get it right. And I think it's Hive, Switzerland.
Close enough.
I think it's something like that.
Yeah.
But with Ontario, he had 30 goals, 28 assists. That's the Ontario Avalanche back in the Western States Hockey League a couple of years ago. He played over in Valbo, Switzerland. His last team played 16 games for them, and now he's here with Missouri State. The rest of the Ice Bears team is intact. Everybody else, the exception of Josh Bell, he's out tonight. Injured himself again. He was taking a referee's clinic, and he injured his knee, so he's out. Brian Anderson not in the lineup tonight. Shane Thornton, Chad Launder, or Sasha Perron, but the Ice Bears have the remainder of their hockey club.
And Alex Turin.
And Alex Turin, he's back. Well, he played. Remember, he played the last game against Illinois State. He
wasn't really 100%, but he wanted to see his buddy Andrew Kovacic off the ice in fine fashion, and they did.
Exactly, and they did, and everything was good there. So,
but now I think he's 100% healthy and raring to go.
Yeah, and that's a good thing for Missouri State, because this is a big contest between these two teams. The Ice Bears ranked number 12, I believe. Yeah, I have it on my list 10 for some reason, but maybe I'm just foreshadowing there. But they are ranked number 12 in the ACHA, and number 6 is the Iowa State Cyclones. Now, this series has been a very interesting series, as of course Missouri State is coming off of winning 4 regular season games in a row. They of course had that 5-4 overtime and a 8-2 victory over Illinois State, then a 5-1 and 4-2 win over Arkansas the previous weekend. So the Ice Bears winners of 4 straight, but they play an Iowa State team that has split games against Robert Morris in Central Oklahoma. They went 2-2 in the past 4 meetings, but they haven't played since November 17th.
And yet they go up in the rankings, and we could argue about that one all day. I'm not real fond of the ranking system with the computer the way it is right now, but you can sit out with a 10-4 record at 10-4 and work your way up to number 6 by not playing, while the Ice Bears have won 4 in a row and they slide a little in the poll, and I don't understand it. You had a good explanation for it for me.
Well, and basically Missouri State plays almost twice as many games as Iowa State. So the games that Iowa State wins is worth more compared to what Missouri State wins. Percentage-wise. So if Missouri State was to play 23, 24, 28 games, their wins would be worth more. So for example, their last 4 wins might be worth 1 point each, where Iowa State's wins were worth 5 points each.
Right.
So you get 4 points to 10 points. The computer looks at it a different way. But let's not take anything away from Iowa State.
No, they're a good hockey club.
They're a fantastic hockey club.
Oh, yeah.
Who has won 5 of the 8 meetings against Missouri State. The Ice Bears have only won 3. Now, Missouri State has one positive here, because the last 2 games, and albeit it has been back on November 4th and 5th of 2016, 2 years ago, but the last 2 games played here at Jordan Valley Ice Park, Missouri State won those games. They had a 3-2 overtime win on Friday, and then on Saturday a 4-3 regulation victory. And that was, Dan, if you remember, the year before that, Missouri State did the incredible. They swept Central Oklahoma, and then the following year they followed it up with a sweep of Iowa State.
And that, as I recall, was one of the more exciting series we've ever seen here at Jordan Valley Ice Park. And I'm looking forward to more of the same today. But, even though this is only our 9th and 10th teams in the history of the meetings between these 2 teams, this is actually a series that goes all the way back to the early days of Missouri State University, because of head coach Benjamin Alexander at the time, a long time ago, played for Iowa State under head coach Al Murdoch. And Iowa State was one of the very first D1 teams that were willing to play little old club hockey D2 at the time, Missouri State University, and get us going on this path and getting the kids to know, hey, it's fun at this level. We might want to try to get there someday. And they did. And
that was a pipe dream back then for Missouri State to see if they can do it. And now, obviously, it's a big situation, and it's a big deal, per se, for folks here in Springfield with Missouri State at number 12. They were in the position that Iowa State is. They were ranked number 6 at one point. So we have kind of the reverse situation. Missouri State loses to Arizona, who was number 12 at the time, and you drop a couple of spots. We'll see what happens here. But the key is that Missouri State has been outscored 35-15 in the 8 games. These, of course, will be numbers 9 and 10 this year, and the lifetime series between these 2 teams at Division I. But Iowa State has held Missouri State to 3 goals or less Missouri State has held Iowa State. Is that what I said? I think that's what I said.
Yeah.
Has held Iowa State, the Cyclones, to 3 goals or less in only 3 of the 8 meetings. 5 of those games have been games where Iowa State scored 6 or more goals. And in one game, Missouri State was shut out 8-0. That was the first time they played each other, the second time actually, September 26-15. Now you can go statistic all you want and say, okay, well, ignore that. This is a different hockey club. And for the most part it is. Between both of these clubs, the only factor that I think that Missouri State is going to have as far as Iowa State goes, Matt Gedeke.
Gedeke is something in the pipes. He's played almost every game for Iowa State University. In fact, I think he has played every game. There's a couple that they had a different goalie that's not there anymore. Yeah,
actually, as far as Gedeke goes, he has played, I believe, I don't have it on my stats here. I'll try to go by memory, but I believe that he has played in 4 of the 8 games. Because they had, and I am sorry, I had that stat, but it is not printed off on my sheet here. But I do know that 4 of the 8 games he has played, and in fact the last 2, of course, he was in when Missouri State split last year.
Right.
The Ice Bears took a 5-3 victory, and that was a game they needed. It was right after a 4-2 loss. They needed that win. If Missouri State was to take that win, that would secure number 17 spot in the trip to the Nationals, and Missouri State did get that win that secured that spot, and they are in good shape as far as that goes. Now it's a little different story. I think Missouri State is in a good spot right now. They just got to keep winning, and hopefully things will work out. But as we mentioned, Gedeke, he will be in nets, the senior, 6'4", 185 out of Anki, Iowa. 8-3 with a 3.03 goals against average and a 908 save percentage. For Missouri State, it is going to be one of the 2 goaltenders that are undefeated this year. Brady Griffin will be in nets, the junior, 6'3", 195 out of Glen Carbon, Illinois. In 8 games, he is 5-0 with a 2.16 goals against average and a 923 save percentage. He does have 1 shutout. this season. And for Iowa State, for head coach Jason Fairman's squad, it is relatively the same. And, you know, I was looking down their lineup, and they have guys that have been with this club for 4 years. One of them is Tony Uglum, and Uglum 7 goals, 6 assists, 4 power play goals. He leads the team in power play tallies. He's averaging almost a point a game at .93. The senior from Moorhead, Minnesota, is really one to take a look at. And in fact, if you look at the leading scorers, Uglum is second because Aaron Acevedo has 4 goals and 6 assists for 10 points, where Uglum in the series against Missouri State, 4 goals and 4 assists.
Yeah, and Acevedo has been a big thorn in the Missouri State University Ice Bears side for a couple of years now.
Let's drop down to the ice where the introduction of Illinois State, did I say that? It's Iowa State tonight is being announced by Tim Greasy.
Number 17, Aaron Acevedo. Number 4, defender Max Olson. The other defender, number 24, Kurt Halbach. And in the goal for the Cyclones, number 35, Matt Gedicke. The Cyclones are coached by head coach Jason Fairman. And now, ladies and gentlemen, get ready to meet the starting Ice Bears. Starting with the forwards, please welcome right winger, number 24, Hunter Cooley. The left winger, number 90, Nikita Salnikov. And starting tonight at center, number 10, Alex Turin. The starting left defender, number 11, Brennan Anderson. And the right defenseman, number 18, Chris Brown. Starting in the net tonight for the Ice Bears, welcome number 35, Brady Griffin. The Ice Bears are coached by head coach Jeremy Law and assistant coach Brendan McClue. Our officials for tonight's game, the referee Jason Carrera and the linesmen Michael Hartman and Mark Marzola. Ladies and gentlemen, we kindly ask you to rise and remove your hats as we honor our nation, the United States of America, with the singing of our national anthem, performed this evening, and we would like you to join in, performed this evening by the Finley River Boys.
Oh, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Our thanks to the Finley
A great crowd here at Jordan Valley Ice Park.
Yeah, a lot of them stood with it and at least got out and got a bite to eat and came back.
They did. Well, quickly, a couple of things I found out is that we need to go down to Dr. Ben Goss in the vomitory.
Yeah, Dr. Ben Goss, you down there?
I am indeed, and you guys will be glad to know that there's been no vomiting taking place here in the vomitory, but after I get on the air, that may make the listeners change their minds and want to partake in that. But yes, Steve, we got a new term to use, although frankly I prefer tunnel.
Yeah.
And let's hope that the team in white here, the Ice Bears, will come out tonight and not be in too dark of a tunnel after the break layoff. You always wait and wonder and worry about a team in terms of how they will handle a layoff. Let's hope the Bears start strong against the Cyclones here tonight as we drop the puck in Queen City.
Missouri State skates from the left to the right, and from the right to the left it will be Iowa State, and all the way down into the ISU zone. It'll be taken behind by Hunter Cooley of Missouri State. Gets it to the left side. It's off of Brennan Anderson's stick, and he shoots it right back in. It'll come all the way down with 19:43. We're just underway in the first period. Backhanded by Kurt Hallback is enough to get out to Tony Uglum, and he brings it across the right side.
Azevedo takes it into the center. He gets steered off the puck by Anderson. It's picked up by the Ice Bears.
It'll come across the red line and all the way down into the ISU zone. Hunter Cooley's there to chase, puts a check on Justin Paulson. Paulson is there. Cooley is trying to kick it away. Kicked it too far for him. Now it's intercepted and picked up by Kramer, and he gets it to the far side. Now it's Iowa State with possession down to Aaron Acevedo.
Acevedo will dump it into the zone. It is air dribbled for a couple of steps, and then it's finally knocked aside. It's coming in was Kramer with a real juggling act.
Beeline on now for Missouri State. Here's Travis Barrett trying to get it to go to the left side to Schumacher, and a drive by Brian Schumacher is held on to by Matt Gedeke.
Well, I'm Dan Lee along with Steve Cass, and glad you could join us tonight at Jordan Valley Ice Park, recently rebranded to its original name. Matt Reisner on video for us tonight. And we've got Dwayne Darr, our studio engineer, along for the ride as well. Welcome aboard.
Yeah, thanks for keeping us on KBFL and staying up late for us, too.
And here's a steal. Grolum has it. Goes in on left wing, gets around his man, but the puck is dribbled off the end of his stick on target. But Brady Griffin is there to make the stop as the post comes off its mooring, and will stop play.
Immediately, the referee, Jason Carrera, says face-off inside the zone. He feels like Missouri State was the ones that knocked it off. 18:44, we're just underway. Yes, in the first period. We had a 2-hour delay to get the officials here, and actually 2 of the officials, one was actually local, and another one had to come down I-44. The other 2 still aren't here.
Yeah, and they are stuck for the moment at least. The last we heard, they were on the other side of the weather, and I-44 being shut down. Ice Bears come up with the puck following the face-off deep in their own zone. Can't control it, though. It comes to the near half board. They'll fight for it. Their centering pass comes through all the way to the defense, and the Ice Bears bring it out.
It'll be sent out by Sam Heiseroth all the way down into the ISU zone, and a line change for Missouri State. 18:16 to go in the period. Puck now to Adam Alcott. 4 goals and 1 power play goal for him. He's hit at the red line, and it's intercepted by Tommy Hansen and shot right in.
Big line change. All 5 players in and out for the Cyclones as Missouri State gets stuck in their own end trying to get it out. Nearly stolen away. Now it is poked back into the corner, but Heiseroth is going to get there first. Sam tried to wing it around the corner. It was deflected in on goal, still loose, and now comes to Matty, and Matty will have to poke it back into the corner. Big hit applied deep in the corner as going down hard is Rubin, and it comes out on the other side.
Kicked all the way down. This should be an icing call, and it is. That'll bring it back into the Missouri State end. Missouri State cannot line change. So to get back to talking about the vomitory, and Dr. Ben Gospel kicking in on this one.
That's a real word.
It is. I was at a Anaheim Ducks game, and they talked about the exit and the egress, and they said, and I've got a picture of it, it says, you must exit through the vomitories. And I thought, well, that means tunnel. I'll go with it, but we'll use it here for another couple of minutes, and then we'll be done with it.
Hopefully for the season.
Yeah.
It's taken away by Olsen.
I can see Ben's quiet.
They try to sneak it by the defense, but Brown is there, and he'll scoop it up. Henrik Lohman, now new to the Ice Bears, takes the puck, and sends it the other direction.
The Ice Bears are able to complete their line change. Now it's Max Olson with it. Lead pass on the near side boards all the way down past Uglum, and it goes to the far side.
Oh, big crunching hit applied by Azevedo to Brennan Anderson, and Anderson managed to get the stick on it anyway and send it around to the near side. Now the puck chipped up high in the air. It's gloved down, and the Ice Bears will have it as Alex Turin goes to work, sends it back around behind the goal. Headed off at the far half board, now tipped out backwards, and here it comes.
Chased down by Hunter Saunders. His pass is deflected. It's out to center ice, and all the way down where the Ice Bears will regroup at the red line and shoot it all the way in. Now to the far side. Sollenbach runs a pick. It'll be dropped down in low. Dylan Goggin intercepted, though, by the Ice Bears, and working it now is Austin Davis. It'll be the line of Davis, Spencer Sollenbach, and Hunter Saunders. Far side boards for Iowa State, cleared out by Hunter Dolan, and it's out and back into the Missouri State zone where it takes a bounce.
Looked like it was played with a high stick.
Yep,
yeah, it was.
High stick, you're right. I didn't see the stick, but I saw the hand. I think it's probably both.
Yeah, little of each. But it'll come outside the zone now on the Missouri State University end of things. 16:20 left in a scoreless first period. Cyclones with the early 2-1 advantage in shots on goal. Glad you could hang with us tonight. We're going to have some good hockey this week, and I'm glad you stuck it out with us if you're listening in the Springfield area, especially on KBFL, FM and AM, FM 96.9, AM 1060.
And a big thanks to everyone who I know, as we get an icing called here, that is watching up in Ames, Iowa. Good to see that your team made it down here safely, and most of the weather had passed the straight shot down to Springfield. It was all in
east of us, really.
Yeah, it was all mostly where it started to get bad was east of us.
Ice Bears have to win the faceoff in their own zone. They do, but it gets away from them. Quick shot on a turnaround snapper off of the stick of Hansen, and it goes a little bit wide to the left. Now the puck is just inside the blue line, taken away by Hunter Cooley.
Here comes Cooley. He's going to lead Salnikov right side, now to the left side, and a shot to Alex Turin gets deflected, and it comes right up the middle by Schumacher. We're going to get a penalty, and it goes against Missouri State. And I think it's going to be Schumacher.
Yep.
It's interference.
First penalty of the night comes at 15:45 left to go here in the first period. Scoreless entertainment.
So Missouri State will go on the penalty kill. The Ice Bears have allowed 15 out of 116, 87.7%. They've scored 4 shorthanded goals. The Cyclones, on the other hand, they're only 22% on the power play, 11 for 50. And they have had 1 shorthanded goal scored against them. We'll see what happens here with 15:40 remaining as the Ice Bears are able to clear it out to center. It'll be Nick Sandy out of Calgary, Alberta. Drops it back, and working it is Acevedo to set things up. Slowly, Olson gives it over to Sandy. Now a left side pass, and it goes to Acevedo.
It is intercepted and cleared out.
Back down with 15:19 to go in the period. Boys and Girls Club is here. They've taken up a lot of seats. It's good to see a lot of fans still here.
Here's Uglum coming in on left wing on the power play. Right side it goes. Centering pass is knocked down on its way to Griffin, and it comes back behind the goal, now out in front. Here's the Cyclones. The maroon and gold have it on the near corner. Back out to the point. Here's Olson. He'll go right side. Sandy trying to make something happen. Goes back to the top of the slot. Now left wing shot. Score! On the rebound.
It was Uglum, I believe.
Well, it was, I'm not sure it was Uglum.
Yeah, I think it went off of the goal stick of the goaltender and in the net.
I thought it was 29 on that one.
Well,
or 28 rather, Kramer, Colton Kramer.
On the tip?
Yeah.
Well, let's take a look and see what we have here. Here's the initial fake shot, and you're right. He did skate through, and I better keep my mouth shut, Dan. You got that one right.
I got 1 out of 10 this year. I'm doing good.
There you go.
So Colton Kramer cracks the ice, so to speak. And it's a 1-0 Iowa State lead.
For Colton Kramer in this series, that is his 4th goal. He now has 4 goals and 4 assists, tied for 2nd in this series as goal scorers.
And hopefully we'll get the official call on that goal here in a minute.
And if that's the case, that's his 1st goal this season. Dan, time of their goal was, as we're going to get a penalty.
I believe it was 14:42. We got a penalty against Iowa State. Now you got me doing it.
So there is a penalty, and Missouri State will go on the power play. Let's catch the call.
Rather, check that. Cyclones' goal was scored by number 28, Colton Kramer, assisted by 17, Aaron Acevedo, and number 7, Tony Uglum. For the Cyclones, Kramer from Acevedo and Uglum, time of the goal, 5:12 in the first period.
As the Ice Bears go to work on the power play, Schumacher on the right point.
It'll be sent to the corner with 14:04 to go. Missouri State on their first power play opportunity, and the Ice Bears on the power play 22.6%, 26 for 115. Puck is held apparently on the line by Johansson. He shoots and it gets deflected in front. It was off of Justin Paulson. Now Johansson again up the middle, and a shot in by Barrett. Save! And it goes to the near side boards. Now taken by Johansson again. Power play has 102. It's up the middle. Alcott's there. Can he clear it? He does, at least to get it all the way down, slowly but surely, and both teams will line change.
53 seconds left in the penalty to Kurt Hallbach of Iowa State. The Ice Bears will try to reload, and they'll come straight up the middle with Anderson.
Anderson will look for it across the line, send it down past Torin. He's going to race. It'll be Olsen with it. Max out of Northfield, Minnesota. His pass is sent all the way down and cleared back into the Missouri State zone.
Missouri State still with only one official shot on goal at the moment. Outshot 3-1.
Puck across the line. It is kicked to the corner, and Acevedo will pick it up and race in.
He's got room. He takes the snapper. Nice save off of the gloved elbow of Brady Griffin, and the Ice Bears get it back. 9 seconds left on the power play.
Here come the Ice Bears. Will they get something set up? No, they can't. It's offside, as it was dropped back to Solnikoff from Torin and offside. 5 seconds to go, and a 1-0 lead for Iowa State. Let's go between the glass to Dr. Ben Goss.
Well, the Bears were very fortunate on that particular series. Alex Turin was scrambling for the puck, trying to keep it in the attack zone for the Bears, but he stumbled just past the red stripe at mid-ice, and fortunately, in goal, Brady Griffin was able to stop that puck. But too easy right now for Iowa State in their attack zone. The Bears have to get some pressure down on the other end.
As they'll dump it into the zone. Now a nice shot from the right-hand side. Save, rebound. Griffin can't control it. And it comes out the other side. Ice Bears have numbers.
They have a 3-on-2, now a 3-on-3. Here coming in is the new player, Henrik Lohman for Missouri State. He drops it to the corner. It's off of a stick and taken away, and the Cyclones have numbers coming back.
And here comes Erickson, Jared Erickson, chased down in the corner. Got the puck back on a return trip. Now he has to fight for it deep in the near side as Heiserl goes to work defensively for the Ice Bears. They'll stack it up in the corner, waiting for someone to break free. It comes away to Iowa State. Out in front it comes, and the shot not able to be taken as it comes out to center ice. A good opportunity for Marcicelli, and Joey couldn't pull the trigger. It comes all the way back to center ice. Quick line changes for both sides. They'll try to get it into the zone one more time to Iowa State, but the Cyclones can't control. Now it's tipped in offside. They'll have to clear the zone. Missouri State University takes the puck back. They'll have it on the near half board. They stack it up with Saunders right there. Saunders can't control as he's checked off the puck by Max Olson, but the puck shakes free.
And it comes across the line to Sollenbach, tipped in front by Davis, and it went the wrong way. Now Saunders for Missouri State. Intercepted there defensively. Dalton Teeter playing his first game now. He played on the Division II squad and is now rostered up on Division I. 11:03 to go. It's back behind the net and taken away by the Cyclones. They'll have it out of the Missouri State end to Kurt Hallback, and he'll bring it up to center. Intercepted by the Ice Bears. Taken away by Jordan Bratton. Backhander. He shoots, and a glove save by Gedeke.
Nice effort that time from Jordan Bratton. Almost made it happen on his own. 1-0 your score. 10:48 left here in the first period. Glad you could join us tonight on KBFL FM 96.9 AM 1060. And of course on websportsradio.com if you're looking at the video.
Right off the draw, the Ice Bears. Barrett gets a shot, a weak one, but it's saved by Gedeke. Far side board, Sandy is there to chase, gets around the official, goes to the far side. Ice Bears hold it in a drive in, and it's off of Gedeke. Came from the left side. Now to the near side boards on the right. It is out to center, though, and Johansson did what he was supposed to do. He held up his man, Goggin, and the Ice Bears defensively were able to get back and pick up the puck. Now Barrett, he shoots, and a blocker save as he came in the zone on the right side. Ice Bears work it again. Schumacher waits, he shoots, and it's partially blocked. Near side boards. It is out to center ice and taken away by the Ice Bears. Luckily, Jordan Bratton was in position. Ice Bears, as Zane O'Brien almost got back, he had his back to the play and almost got pushed into the Cyclone bench.
That was a bit of a late hit there. I'm surprised to let him get away with that. That puck was well gone.
Well, you can't pick on the officials. They had to come from St. Louis, and they drove through some bad weather. They get a pass today.
Yes, they get some extra latitude today. As the Cyclones try to work it in the zone, Azevedo almost had a break, but a nice poke check got it away from him at the last second. Comes outside the zone. Paulson couldn't hold it in for the Cyclones. Missouri State gets it back deep in their own corner, looking for some room. It's chipped off, and away it comes back into the zone as Uglum goes after it. Tony Uglum gets steered off the puck by Turin, but it's loose right there, and now they'll pile it up right to the corner rear of the goaltender. Griffin doesn't know where it is. Now he tries to follow to the other side. It comes all the way to the far half board, and they'll stack it up there. Finally, Missouri State with a little bit of lead room, just enough to get it across the line. Cyclones had to retreat momentarily, and it was enough to give Solnikov a chance to come in and pick a pocket. He's got the puck on the stick. He looks up ice, long pass intercepted by Paulson, turned back the other direction at center ice. Into the zone it comes one more time for the Cyclones as they go to work offensively. Now they'll leave it on the right point. Here's a shot from Erickson, and Jared missed it wide, and it's deflected up into the netting and stops play with 8:44 left in a 1-0 first period. Cyclones of Iowa State up on top.
Missouri State trying to run those stretch passes, and they're just not sharp enough. Iowa State is right there ready for them, and you can't do that because they need to be clean, sharp, fast, and they're just a step behind. We'll see what Missouri State can do as they adjust.
And the Iowa State defensemen are doing a good job of guessing which way that puck's going to be cleared out of there, too. They're doing a great job. Now the puck is knocked down one more time right at center ice. In to try to play the puck is Derek Smith. He gets hammered along the boards. And 5 players decide to go to war for it. It comes away to Alcott for Iowa State. He'll carry into the right side and backhand it into the corner. In on the play is Carson Warning. He'll do the likewise, try to get the puck to Smith, and it is steered away from him all the way into the corner. It goes one more time. Now Adam Alcott into the game for Iowa State. Tries to steer it to the next direction, back to Andrew Lee, I should say, and it comes back on the near half board. Iowa State with some new names out there right now, trying to work something in the middle, a loose puck, and it almost got onto the stick of Alcott, but he couldn't control. It's tipped away by Maddie, and it comes out to center ice.
Back down where it'll be set up by Marcusili, and he will just shoot it in as it's a line change for the Cyclones. Ice Bears try to work something. Stolen, though, taken away by Jared Erickson.
Erickson will skate in on the left side. He gets headed off by Warning, has to come back out to the point. Now he'll turn around and snap it down into the corner. They'll chase for it there as Smith goes down. No call there as walking away is Rogers, looking a little bit guilty, but the puck comes up high and comes all the way out to center ice. Tipped back there by Justin Paulson. Back deep behind the goal it comes. And Brady will have to take hold of things. Gets it out to center ice.
But just enough as Austin Davis was upended, and the Ice Bears weren't able to get the pass clean. Here comes Rogers. He'll have it in front of his own bench and shoot it in the Missouri State zone.
Nicholas Rogers shoots it in, and Erickson will go to the bench. A couple of quick new skates on the ice for Iowa State.
At the Cyclone line, sent right back in for Marcusili. Off the glass. Sends it all the way down, and the Ice Bears intercept, and they get it as high on the glass as you can without it going out. There's an area that is cut at a 45-degree angle. It hit right up there, and it didn't go in.
Marcusili with the lead pass, tries to get it ahead. Oh, big crunching check delivered by Patrick Johansson that time for the Ice Bears up on the sideboards. And the Ice Bears try to flip it out. It gets chipped off of a defensive stick of Iowa State and up into the netting on the side. 6:17 left to go. First period, 1-0 Iowa State, and this game moving along quite quickly.
It really is. Let's go between the glass, Dr. Ben Goss.
Steve, a few moments ago you took the thought right out of my head in terms of how the Ice Bears look about a step slow on the ice so far in the first period, reminding our folks who are listening as if they didn't know it's been a long layoff. About a month's worth of time has passed between games, and right now the Ice Bears show it. The Cyclones look a little bit sharper and are definitely putting the pressure on as here they go again.
Hallback skating in on goal, a shot and a score. Oh, just a bang-bang play off of the face-off. They came in 2-on-1 and made the most of it, and the goal's going to go to Tony Uglum, I believe. We'll wait and see for sure, but I believe Uglum got in on the right side, perfect pass to him, and he stuffed it in. What was that from your angle, Dr. Ben Goss? Did you get a good look at that one?
I look at the puck going in the back of the net, but I didn't see whose stick it came from.
Okay.
Well, we'll catch it again.
I think it was Uglum, but we'll wait and see.
Yeah, we'll catch it again on replay as we get this set up.
Number 28, Colton Kramer.
Oh.
For the Cyclones, Kramer in the unassisted goal. Time of the goal, 13:53 in the first period.
Okay, so Kramer with his second. I thought the pass went from Kramer to Uglum, but apparently it went straight in and never did touch Uglum's stick.
Well, next stop at your play, we'll take a look at this one again. Meanwhile,
Iowa State goes back to work again, and they've got the puck, and they've got it in the zone, and Andrew Lee comes up with a shot opportunity. This time the stop is made by Griffin. And Iowa State putting on the early pressure in this contest as they blow it dead for icing call against the Ice Bears.
let's take a look at that again and see just how that play materialized. And no, it was straight Kramer's goal.
Yep, straight in. Straight in.
So it's 2-0 Colton Kramer over Missouri State right now.
Yeah, that's what it amounts to. And I think the time on that was 6:04, wasn't it? Left to go in the period.
It was 14:53 will be the
6:07 then. Left to go in the period. If you're backwards timekeeper like me. Iowa State now with a 2-goal lead. They've doubled up shots on goal at 6-3. Missouri State looks a little befuddled here trying to get it through the neutral zone. Iowa State has done a great job of clogging that up. But here's an opening momentarily.
It'll come back into the ISU zone where it will be Olsen to set things up. Good move there by the Northfield, Minnesota product. He gives it over to the far side now to Robbie McLean, and he's able to clear it back in the Missouri State zone for an icing call. Although we're going to get penalties.
Yeah, we're going to get a penalty here.
No.
He's just saying they can't change.
Saying they can't change.
It's an icing on the Iowa State.
Yeah, I forgot there was supposed to be a 2-referee, 2-linesman system here tonight, but with the problems we've had.
Yeah, we have a provisional staff of 3 out on the ice trying to control these boys.
Puck is won. The Ice Bears keep it in the zone. They'll send it back down to Cooley. 4:30 to go in the period. 2-0 Iowa State. Here is a shot by Cooley in front, save, and an Ice Bears getting held up.
And no call.
Turin was completely being held up from getting the shot off, and the referee, Jason Carrera, let it go. Puck is taken away and cleared.
Carson Warning will have to go back and see what he can do, but stepping around nicely is Rogers. Rogers centers through and off the edge of the heel on the shot on the other side, or that would have been a nice opportunity for Iowa State as well, as it goes just wide to the right. Comes all the way back to the near half board. And finally flipped up and out of the zone.
We'll take a look.
Here's Paulson with it.
And we're going to get an icing call, and this will allow us to take a look. So I think the reason he didn't call it, this started back above the hash marks. It started at the hash marks. Both were kind of jawing. But when you look at that, I think the reason he didn't call it is because Turin was moving his stick up. It was not a downward motion, and because he was moving it up, there's no penalty. I mean, it wasn't being prevented from getting a good scoring opportunity because you don't score with your stick up. So a good call by the official at this point. 3:41 to go in the period. 2-0 Iowa State.
Ice Bears putting on some forechecking pressure.
At the half boards, they're going to work it with 3:30 to go, and then finally it's cleared out to center ice, and the Ice Bears chase back.
Johansson better hurry now. He almost got beat to the puck, but thankfully he had some help back there. As Schumacher got back in time to help out. And Schu's got the puck now on the stick. He waits, he looks out. Uglum is parked on the other side of the crease in front of Brady Griffin, and everybody just kind of trying to figure out who's going where. Ice Bears will try it on the left wing.
Puck is deflected up and out of play. And Dan, I think what we'll do, I'm kind of doing a quick change of plan here, but we had planned on doing a interview. Well, we are going to do the interview with Jeff Long of the Boys and Girls Club, but I think we'll run that in the second, and we'll talk to the newest Ice Bear and Hendrik Lohman in the first period, partially because there will be no skating exhibition. They didn't want to wait for the 2 hours.
Yeah.
So we will do that. We'll wrap up the second period, or the first period, and then we'll run the Boys and Girls Club interview in the second.
All righty. Sounds good to me. Ice Bears now in center ice as Saunders had it momentarily. He couldn't track it down. It comes back to the blue line. And now taken away by Perron. He can't hold it. Shot on the way. Actually, that wasn't Perron. That was Austin Davis in there. The puck does come out. The Ice Bears get it back.
2-on-2. Saunders in front to Sullen back, and Saunders gets upended. He could have got to the puck, though, except he lost his footing. Here comes Tony Uglum.
Uglum saucers in. A one hopper that finds its way to Griffin. He'll continue play as he gives it to Anderson.
To the line and across it. Here come the Ice Bears. Now with Anderson. Brennan Anderson, the only player in this series to have more than one goal. He has 4 in this series. Puck deflected after a save. It's out to center, and the Ice Bears get back on side. Anderson again. He's going to work it, dig it out. Lots of movement. Anderson steals the puck. Backhander shot and a blocker save.
Oh, rolled right up the arm.
And up and over the net. And the Ice Bears were that close from taking this game and putting it to a 2-1 deficit, as they trailed 2-0 right now with 1:37 to go in the period. Alcott with a flip puck out to center ice, and here's Barrett. Leads it ahead. Now it'll go to Bratton. Jordan Bratton waits. A cross ice pass to O'Brien. It's off his stick. We come the other way to Alcott.
And all the way back down it comes. Alcott tries to carry in himself. Does a good job of it, but it's finally steered off the puck by Derek Smith. Puck bounces its way to center ice. And now a couple of quick line changes. Well, not really a whole line, it's just 1 or 2 come away for Iowa State, and they'll keep everybody else on the ice on the attack. Here's Erickson, Jared Erickson, feeding it out to the point. There's a shot through heavy traffic. This one deflected away to the right-hand side off the stick of Justin Paulson. Now back behind the goal it comes. Iowa State in their gold helmets, yellow or gold, whichever you want to call it. I call it kind of a mustard yellow, but that's not what they officially call it on campus. And it comes back outside.
I'm not going to touch that one, Dan.
47 ticks left on the first period clock. 2-0 your score. I'm Dan Lee along with Steve Casson. If you're watching on West Sports Radio, you're watching the fine video work of Matt Reisner. If you're listening to the Vomitory, you're hearing Dr. Ben Goss now and then. Glad to bring this one to you on KBFL FM 96.9 AM 1060.
And thanks to Dwayne Darr keeping us on the air at KBFL.
As the Ice Bears try to get it out of their own zone. Half a buck left in the first period. They trail 2-0.
Here is Johansson, the only other Swede besides the newest one, and Henrik Lohman. He shoots wide, far side. Now back to Sandy. Works it around to Paulson. He'll set it up with 18 seconds. It is cleared out to center. The Ice Bears need to clear. They do get that clear. And now here's Nikita Salnikov. Whips the pass to Cooley. He'll come left side. Cooley with 8. Cooley spins, looking for help. Nobody there. Gets it to the point. Now with 3 seconds, it's dropped down in low. Cooley again with 1, and he couldn't get a shot off.
Not the best period for the Ice Bears as they trail at 2-0 to Iowa State University. Maybe those computers know what they're doing, at least through the first period, but it's a long way to go.
Brady Griffin faces 8 shots. Matt Gedeke faces 5. And we are at a 2-0 advantage for Iowa State. First goal, Colton Kramer. He gets a shot in that gets tipped. That actual tip came from Acevedo, or the pass came from Acevedo, which was tipped. And then Kramer says, you know what, I'm going to score another one, why not? And he does, up over the shoulder of the southpaw goaltender. And that's where we stand right now as Missouri State trails by a score of 2-0. Let's go down to head coach Jeremy Law with Ben Goss.
Coach, we got in a 2-0 hole here early. What happened out there in the first period of play?
Just came out flat. Just really first goal was a nice play by them on the power play, so I can't really fault our guys. It was just one of those nice plays. And then we just made a mistake. One of our defensemen didn't take the body, and the guy walked around him. So two costly mistakes, but we need more shots. Only 5 shots isn't going to cut it.
What else are you going to do to try to fix this in the second period of play?
Throw a lot more pucks on net. Defensemen got more time than they think. We're panicking with the puck, so I expect us to be better this period.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second.
Thank you.
All right.
We haven't done this in a while. Sorry, Ben. I know you're listening. We haven't done this in a while. And, I know he was waving at me, and I thought, why is Ben waving at me? I just can't figure this one out. Of course, he had head coach Jeremy Law to give us an insight on that first period. If you're just joining us on KBFL, yes, we had a 2-hour delay. The referees coming from St. Louis, well, to give them time and to actually have a game. I know that Lindenwood was scheduled to play Ohio. That game has been canceled, among other games that have been canceled up north. So luckily, we are one of the few schools, at least in the affected weather area, that we've been able to get a
We're lucky to be here at all, is what you're trying to say.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, they have put a lot of time off the clock. We're going to have to get into that interview as quick as we can. So we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back, talk with Henrik Lohman, latest player for Missouri State to join the club.
Now playing at Mediacom Ice Park in Springfield, a new ice age. It's the Missouri State Ice Bears hockey. Now through February, exciting, hard-hitting, fast-paced collegiate hockey, Ice Bears style. Get your advance tickets at Missouri State Tix box offices or call 417-836-7678. Tickets also available at the games. There are no speed limits at Mediacom Ice Park when you see Ice Bears hockey.
We are back at Jordan Valley Ice Park. Steve Cass and Dan Lee now talking with the newest member of Missouri State Hockey Club and Henrik Lohman, freshman out of, I probably am not going to say this correctly, but Gavle, Sweden? Gave.
Gävle.
Oh, Gävle. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I obviously knew I was going to pronounce that incorrect, but that's good to know. Heinrich, when he played a couple of years ago with Ontario in the Western States Hockey League, 30 goals, 28 assists, 2 years with that club. And then you were just with Valbo of the Swedish League.
Yeah.
What was, and let's talk about a couple of different things. First of all, what was it like to go from European hockey out to American hockey, go back to Europe, and now you're coming back here again? Do you find, is there any type of transitions that you're going to have to make between the two?
Yeah, there's more hitting here in the States, which I love. And that's probably it.
So, are you more of the type of forward that likes to hit with the body and get in there, get down in the corners, get rough kind of thing?
Yes, I am.
So with that in mind, what was it like? One of the things that I've said on the air a couple of times was that I just felt that West Coast hockey, meaning the California teams and what have you, wasn't as strong as maybe the Midwest and the Eastern type hockey. You had a chance, obviously, to play with Ontario. Sometimes they'd face El Paso or something. Is the hockey different on the West Coast?
I don't think so. Not what I could say.
So it's just hockey to you then, right?
Yeah. I do my own stuff, hitting.
There
Yeah.
you go. So I think you played 16 games in Sweden.
Yeah.
And what decided or made your decision? What brought you to Missouri State? Why did you want to come here?
I wanted to be in the States playing hockey, and this was a good team.
How did you hear about Missouri State?
Through Ontario Avalanche. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, we had the showcase in Las Vegas.
So you were there, and of course we were there to cover that and through that. What's it like? You play the showcase, and obviously it's a totally different scenario. You play 2 30-minute halves, which is crazy in itself. Mm-hmm. But what was it like to kind of get on the ice and know that you don't get a break for an extra 10 minutes?
I don't know what to say. I just play.
So in other words, were you that kid that maybe you grew up and you were on the pond and you kept playing and mom said come to dinner and you're like, no, I'm still playing, and it comes midnight and you're still playing? Are you that kind of a kid?
Yeah, I would say that.
So growing up in Sweden, and again, I'm going to get this wrong, but say it again.
Gävle.
Gävle. Okay, so the G's kind of silent. So
Yeah.
growing up there, it was cold a lot?
Yeah, it's cold during the winter.
What about, do you get summers? Do you get time to do anything?
Yeah, we do. So we have ocean where I live, so I go swim and do stuff.
Do people look at you, and obviously in your own country, maybe they'll say, oh, okay, I can tell he's a hockey player, but around here, do people think you're a hockey player?
Yeah, they do.
So they can tell?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you think hockey players have their own attitude, maybe their own way about themselves?
Yeah, back home they have their own style, like clothing and stuff too.
Let's talk about that. The style back where you're from,
Mm-hmm.
do you see the differences between that style and maybe coming out here to America or North America?
Hockey-wise?
Hockey-wise.
Yeah, it's tougher here, much more hitting
And that's obviously,
yeah.
that's what you want, right?
Yeah. Back home it's more skilled.
Henrik Lohman is our guest, and first game with Missouri State this weekend, so nice to have you. And you just got here, right, a couple of weeks ago?
Just a week ago today.
So there's obviously a difference. I mean, it's cold here, and it's not as bad as your country, but a lot of snow on the ground in your country right now?
Yeah, we have like 10 centimeters right now. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know what it is either.
No.
10 centimeters, probably,
Maybe
I'm going to guess 4 inches, 5 inches, yeah?
Yeah, maybe.
That's a lot of snow. Let's talk about your family. Do you have brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I have 3 brothers, younger.
Do they play hockey?
2 of them play hockey.
The other one just didn't want to get into it, or?
Yeah, he's playing computer and stuff
Oh,
like
I
that.
see.
Yeah.
So he's into the computers, plays the computer games, and okay. Maybe one of these days he'll make a computer hockey game or something.
Exactly.
But your other 2, did you grow up playing with them?
Yeah, on the outdoor rinks back home.
Now let's talk about the outdoor rinks. That's probably, I mean, here it's a luxury.
Yeah.
There it's probably normal for you guys to play in the outdoor rinks.
Yeah, we didn't have any arenas in my town when I grew up, so it was always outside.
So all your games are played outside too?
Yeah,
All right, what time did you normally play your games?
like
Was it in the morning, in the afternoon?
afternoon, during the day.
Now, when you were growing up, though, did you have school, and how did you play if you had school?
Yeah, we had school, but we practiced at night and then played games on the weekends.
Okay, so it was
Yeah.
weekend time.
Yeah.
And then, which is pretty much what's done here. The difference is you still have school.
Yeah.
So, as we're talking with Henrik Lohman, the latest addition to the Missouri State Ice Bears, and I ask everyone this, I say, what do you want to be when you grow up? Meaning, when you graduate college, what do you want to do?
I want to keep playing hockey, and I haven't figured out what else I want. Yeah.
So is learning secondary and hockey first, or are they both kind of, make sure you get your education and then move on with hockey?
Yeah, they are at the same level right now. Yeah.
That's good. Obviously, one other Swede on our team, and that's Patrick Johansson. He's from Sarunda, Sweden, which I can pronounce. I think I did. Did you know who he was prior to coming on the team?
I have just talked on Facebook with him for a little bit before I came here. See how it was.
And so he obviously convinced you somehow and said it was a good thing to do, right?
Yeah, he did.
Now, what was it like playing in Ontario? I mean, I'm going to reference that because it's the latest team that you played in the United States. That rink, I'm sure tonight, I don't know what the type of fans they had. I know when I went out there just recently, I went and there was maybe 100, 200 fans.
Yeah, there was not much fans.
So
there.
get prepared. You're going to be playing in front of a pretty much sold-out crowd here tonight.
That will be fun.
Did you get crowds like that when you played?
We had 2,000 one game.
For an outdoor game or an indoor game?
Indoor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that's average maybe?
No, that was a lot for that game.
Wow.
Yeah.
What type of game was that?
It was here in the States, actually.
Oh, okay.
In El Paso.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
El Paso draws all the time.
Yeah.
And so who did they play?
We played El Paso.
Oh, Ontario played El Paso.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. And yeah, they put on a show and a production there. It's unbelievable.
It's fun.
But now you're kind of changing a little bit. You've got the juniors through, and now you come to the college level, and it's a completely different animal. The one difference is there is fighting in the juniors, so you can do that. You realize you can't do that here in college.
I know.
Is it going to take a while to kind of realize that?
I think I already got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's always good because, we can't afford to lose you on your first game.
No.
But tonight you get to play on a line with Matt Matty and Alex Rubin, and you've had, about a couple of days to at least practice on that line?
3 practices.
Do you feel like you kind of got it down a little bit?
Yeah, it feels good. They are.
I know Alex was giving you a little bit of pointers early on in the locker room, obviously, I guess, to kind of figure out how
The game plan.
Yeah, the game plan, what
Yeah.
you're going to do.
Yeah, he did.
So it's all set, ready to go, and or do you feel like maybe you can show him a move or two?
We will see.
Hendrik Lohman joining us, the newest member of Missouri State. Okay, a couple of quick questions. And we're back at Jordan Valley Ice Park. Sorry to cut him off, but the teams have made their way out.
We're taking short intermissions, trying to make up for lost time here tonight.
That's exactly what it is. I thought we had all sorts of time ready to go because, of course, we do these interviews before we even knew any of this issue was going to happen, but that's all right. At least we get the game in. We're one of very few teams that have been able to get a hockey game in tonight. Hopefully tomorrow will be a completely different story.
So we're ready to go here in the second period. Owned by Iowa State in the first period. 2-0 is your score. They also have the advantage in shots on goal, 8-5. Very quickly played period, only 1 penalty, and Iowa State made the most of the power play opportunity with their goal from Colton Kramer, the first of 2 for him tonight. 2-0 is your score. I'm Dan Lee, along with Steve Casson. We've got Dr. Ben Goss between the glass, down low, and we've got Matt Reisner on the videography if you're watching on westsportsradio.com. And, of course, our studio engineer tonight for KBFL is Dwayne Darr. Thank you, Dwayne, for keeping us on the air tonight as we get ready for period number 2.
Missouri State skating this time from the right to the left, and Iowa State from the left to the right. So all the way down to the Missouri State zone. Griffin will stop it there. Quickly swings it all the way around to the far side. Held in by Max Olson. Too far and underneath the stick of Acevedo. Ice Bears still having trouble getting it out of their own zone. Brown to sweep it to the far side. Olson is there, and it's kicked out to center ice. And Missouri State to regroup. 19:35, we're just underway in the second. Puck back in the Missouri State zone for Anderson. He clears it off of the referee, and all the way down. Icing will be the call. Referee is not part of any nullification of icing.
And I'm certainly hoping that the first 33 seconds we just saw are not indicative of what's going to be Missouri State University's second period, because they are getting out-hustled all over the ice right now.
Absolutely, I'm with you on that one. 19:27 to go in the period. In to take the face-off, Alex Trorin for Missouri State and Dylan Goggin. And Goggin does not win it. Missouri State with control, but can they clear it? They do, just to the line, and it's shoved right back in. Goggin will clear the zone. Ice Bears out of their own end. Chris Brown. Brown is one of the leaders, has a goal and 2 assists, 3 points in this series. And again, this is game 9 and 10. And 10 will be tomorrow between these two teams at Division I.
Ice Bears lucky to get as far as the far blue line, and it's turned back by Iowa State.
Lead pass on the far side to Grallum, and his pass is held on to in the catching mitt of the Ice Bears goaltender and Brady Griffin. He is a southpaw, and if he looks strange, I guess that's what I look like when I'm in nets, Dan, because I'm a southpaw too.
Well, I'm not going to touch that. We're going to continue on here. 18:54 left, second period. 2-0 Iowa State lead.
Schumacher trying to kick it out, but Barrett is there to help him out. And here comes to O'Brien in a 2-on-1.
O'Brien looks for Schumacher. The backhander is not on target, and it comes back into the corner. That was probably the best opportunity for the Ice Bears, but the pass just a little bit hard to handle.
And it was a little bit slow. It was so slow for them to materialize. Now racing down is Alcott. He gets a shot, but it deflects to himself. And behind the net to Bratton as the Ice Bears clear the puck. They have a 3-on-3 into the zone.
Bratton holds up at the blue line, passes to the slot, comes right back to him. Jordan, out front it comes, and is steered away at the last second by Adam Alcott for Iowa State. It comes back into the corner, chipped up high, gloved down by Schumacher on the point. He'll bang it off the boards, tries to send it down low to O'Brien. It goes past his stick, and O'Brien will go for a line change. Comes to center ice, Iowa State on the attack.
Back down to the Missouri State zone. Griffin is there. There'll be a line change for Iowa State. Cyclones with a full one. 17:51 to go in the period. Puck gets deflected up and out of play. We'll have a face-off. It'll stay in the Missouri State zone.
I don't know what's going on here, but Missouri State University just seems to have a demeanor about them that I have never seen. Even when they're getting ready for the next face-off, they're just kind of ambling around like they're not really interested. Maybe I'm seeing something that's not there, but it just seems like something is off.
Puck clear to the back side of the glass. Over to the far side, I'm wondering the same thing. We'll see if it changes their attitude if they can get a goal here. Puck is cleared all the way down. And you know, as we get an icing call, that a 2-goal lead in hockey is the worst lead to have.
Yep. And it only takes that one goal to get your mind back into a hockey game. But right now, I'm not sure what I'm seeing out of Missouri State University. It's not their usual heads-up attitude. 17:35 left, second period. 2-0 Iowa State.
Face-off in the Missouri State zone. And it's Schumacher behind the net. Gets across the defensive line and out to center, where it's Tony Uglum.
Uglum will backpedal a little bit. Now flings it forward to Azevedo. Nice stick work.
Left to right across the Missouri State line. Acevedo in front. Uglum score!
They're making this look too easy. I don't know what's going on, but this isn't the Ice Bear team we're used to seeing. And a great start to that by Azevedo in his stick work through the neutral zone to get that going.
So somebody else besides Colton Kramer has got on the board for ISU. This one coming at 2:46 of the period. And we'll catch the call in a moment, but it is a 3-0 lead.
And after waiting all night and an extra 2 hours plus for the start, these Ice Bear fans are shocked.
Number 7, Tony Uglum, assisted by number 17, Aaron Acevedo, number 28, Colton Kramer. For the Cyclones, Uglum from Acevedo and Kramer. Time of the goal, 2:46.
So here in the second period and a 3-0 lead, that is Uglum's 8th goal of the season for the senior from Moorhead, Minnesota. And it's a 3-0 lead.
And Colton Kramer now figuring on all 3 goals.
Every single goal he's figured in. And I mentioned, and I'll tell you something here in a second when we get to the next stoppage in play. Shots are 10-8 in favor.
10-6, rather.
10-6. I don't know where I saw the 8 there. Of Iowa State. Puck is taken away as the Ice Bears intercepted in front of their own goal crease, and it's cleared and sent all the way down.
Racing hard for it is Saunders as he takes his man into the board on the other end. They fight for it there. It's finally taken away by Marcicelli. And Joey Marcicelli sends it in toward the goal. It's tipped around and back behind, now out to the point. Ice Bears trying to hold it in, can't get it done. Iowa State on the attack.
They bring it across the line as it's a line change for the Cyclones. Here's Nikita Salnikov in his own zone. Brings everyone back and then decides better of it to move it up to Chorin. Now back to Salnikov, helped by Cooley. He'll spin and the Ice Bears retreat in their own zone to set it up again. Here comes Salnikov across the line into the Iowa State zone.
He's still got it on his stick. Goes to the lower part of the faceoff circle, lifts a backhander up toward the shoulder, but there to make the grab is Gedeke and stops the effort with 15:36. Now, what were you going to say?
Well, let's take a look at Uglum's goal here real quick. This is the nice pass and the feed across to make it a 3-0 lead. But what I was going to say was, as I was putting stats together, I started finding out that Aaron Acevedo had 4 goals, 6 assists. Tony Uglum, 4 goals, 4 assists coming into today's game. And then as I continued to go through the games, all of a sudden, Colton Kramer, he starts getting a goal here, an assist there. 3 goals, 4 assists. He's kind of that quiet, sleepy kid, and he has now figured in every single goal in this hockey game.
Ice Bears trying hard to turn it back. Here's Brian. O'Brien looks, shoots. Oh, and a great save just off the upper part of the arm on the glove side. Here's another shot attempt. This time whistling wide is Bratton. Jordan couldn't get it to go. But Gedeke with a great stop that time as O'Brien had an opening. Now all the way back the other end.
14:51 to go in the period. Cleared back into the Cyclone zone. Ice Bears making it interesting, but it's taken away by Iowa State. Across the line now to Kramer. He gets hit hard at the line by Anderson. And now here comes Uglum. He'll drop it in low, looking for some help. Gets that help, and a shot from the left side by Alcott sails wide. Right side, tipped in front through a skate, and it is Brown for Missouri State to give it to the far side to Barrett. Gloves it down at the left face-off dot to O'Brien. He gets hit hard, but enough to get it out to center ice, and it's right back in. Good shift by Iowa State. Now sent down in low by Andrew Lee. Lee gives it up to Alcott behind the net. Adam looks up the middle in front. It's blocked by Bratton. They had Hansen in front, and Bratton was there to block it away. It would have been the same exact goal that just got scored, but Missouri State thwarts that attempt.
Rolling puck all the way down, no icing call. It comes quickly back the other direction.
Ice Bears with a small change. Griffin swings it over to the right side. Now up to center ice to Solnikov. It's tipped away. Here comes Nikita Solnikov. 2-on-1.
He's got Cooley in the middle. He gets it to him. He shoots, and a nice block down low. One of the defensemen got back in time. I think it was Paulson. Justin Paulson with the block on that one, and it comes to the near half board. 13.5 left in the second period. Ice Bears trying to get a little fire going here. As the puck is skittered off into the corner, Solnikov races after it. He tips it behind himself, and the Ice Bears come away with it. Centering pass is a little bit wide of the mark. Cooley will track it down on the near side. Now feeds back behind Solnikov. Nikita looking for somebody to pass to. Now drops it off to Warning at the point. Shot deflected, safe. Rebound is loose momentarily, but it comes away to Iowa State.
It's flipped back down to the Missouri State zone with 12:59 to go in the period. Icing's been waved off. The Ice Bears will have possession in their own zone. Now as the Ice Bears play make that 7 defensemen, one of them, Sam Heiseroth, coughs it up. We come the other way and a shot in. Big save as Hallback got that one. Now behind the net, working it is Rogers. He sends it down in low. Working it free is Robbie McLean. Gives it off now to Sandy. He'll swing around, intercepted by Heiseroth, cleared all the way down, and racing for it is Heinrich Lohman, but it's an icing call. Let's go between the glass, Dr. Ben Goss.
Well, Steve, the Ice Bears clearly have another gear or two that they need to shift into in order to stay in this game. It's 3-0 now with 12:24 in the second period, and they find themselves teetering on the edge of a blowout if they're not careful. Now, we do have a lot of hockey left to play, but one thing's for sure, they're going to have to get it in gear, find that extra gear that usually gets them past the defense, and get some biscuits in the basket.
12:20 to go. Puck cleared all the way down to the ISU zone. No icing. It's waved off again.
Oh, pounding into the boards hard is the new man, Henrik Lohman, as he goes to work now. And he's throwing the body around a little bit, trying to do some forechecking. But the Cyclones have it.
They get a lead pass now to Hunter Dolan, and Dolan's pass broken up by the Ice Bears. Nobody there on the outlet pass except for Jackson Grallum. Grallum will send it all the way down, and the Ice Bears will try to work on it. But while they're doing that, Iowa State with a line change. Now cleared all the way down to Matt Matty, who sends it into the zone.
The Ice Bears try to forecheck, but very skillfully brought out again by Iowa State. Now intercepted by Rubin. He'll get a lead pass away to Matty, and Matt comes in on left wing, takes the shot, and a glove save, and holding on is Gedeke rather, and that'll stop play with 11.5 left in the second period. Still 3-0 Iowa State.
Dan, I mentioned Missouri State coming into this game with a 4-game winning streak. If you look at Western Collegiate Hockey League records, that's one of the records. They are one of the teams that has, well, they are the only team that has a current winning streak. Everybody else has lost a couple of games. The longest non-losing streak, that's one thing that Missouri State should be proud of. They went 11 games without losing this season. Now here we come as the puck gets broken into the Ice Bears zone. Uglum is there. He'll work it behind the net, but instead it's taken away by Brown of Missouri State. And Missouri State are slow to get it up again. Dan, they're not working as fast as they could. And I don't know if it's just they've had less than a week on the ice to try to get conditioning. Because you know, as well as I know, half of these players did not get as much ice time during this break as they wanted.
No. And it shows. Here's Barrett. He's usually a speed man. He'll burn into the left corner, goes to the center, takes the shot, and it whistles just a little bit wide. Back behind it comes. Now back out to Carson Warnick. Warnick will lift one in, and this one is deflected on the redirect and almost found its mark on the top shelf on the left-hand side, but just a little bit too high, and over the crossbar it goes, and the Ice Bears will have to track it down. In the corner, they fight for it. Comes back out to the point. Warnick will stick it back into the corner. Now it comes all the way around on the wraparound, and it's picked up there by Iowa State's Andrew Lee. Up to the blue line, held in. Barrett had it momentarily, couldn't hold it there though. It comes bouncing out. Now taken by Bratton at the red line. He'll shovel it forward and all the way around back behind to Gedeke. He'll leave it for his defenseman, and it comes back on the right wing. Oh, big shoulder check applied along the board by Bratton on Hansen, and it comes back the other direction. Iowa State now is feeling the pressure as the Ice Bears go to work on the forecheck.
Sent all the way down, no icing. 9:52 to go in the period. And we will get station identification for you coming up in a moment.
Bratton tips a long pass into the zone, so no icing. Cooley checks his man and sends it into the far corner. Now goes digging. Hunter gets a shoulder check for his efforts, and it comes back around to the near side. Iowa State with the puck, try to break one out.
It comes all the way down. Johansson didn't know where it was. Now he's there to pick it up in his own zone. Goes over to Bratton. The beeline on for Missouri State. Although Cooley is not able. Actually, I think Bratton's the last one to change. Puck sent up high and wide off the stick of McLean. And the Ice Bears almost gave it up, and it's finally taken away by Heiserode and cleared out to center. Now the rest of the beeline comes off, and it's cleared back into the Missouri State zone. Johansson is there. Nice move to step in front of Rogers, and it is cleared out to center ice.
Cooley will dump it into the zone. Racing for it all the way around on the other side is Alex Turin. He can't get there before it's shoveled out by the defense. To center ice it comes. And here come the Yellow Hats of Iowa State.
Grallum with it, comes in offside. 8:45 to go in the second period. 3-0 in favor of Iowa State over Missouri State. Just a reminder, you're listening to Missouri State Hockey.
KBFL Springfield, 1060 AM, K245CA Springfield, 96.9 megahertz.
Face-off will come outside the Missouri State zone. And the Ice Bears do win the draw. Here comes Anderson.
And Brennan will send it deep into the corner. Racing for it is Barrett on the other side. He gets there in time, but is stolen away from right behind him, and it comes out to Dolan.
He will bring it across the near side boards as Grallum sends it around and picks up his own pass behind the net. Working it is Goggin. And now we get a couple of players.
Somebody threw a glove. That's going to be a penalty.
Brown's glove was pushed. No, actually, was it Brown's? Yeah, I think it was.
It was Brown's glove that was thrown out of there by one of the Iowa State players, and that should be a penalty.
And Grallum is going to go. So just the second penalty in this hockey. No, it's the
second Iowa State penalty.
Second Iowa State penalty, yeah.
With 8:15 left to go here in the second period.
And I don't know what they're going to call him for.
Well, that would basically be interference, wouldn't it, if you take somebody's equipment and throw it out of there?
It'd probably delay a game.
Well, delay a game, right.
But Grallum will go.
Power play opportunity for the Ice Bears. Their second.
Missouri State needs to get it going. They're 22.6%, 26 for 115.
They have stepped it up just a notch since that third goal, don't you think, Dr. Ben Goss?
I do believe you're right, Dan, but it's still like being in fourth gear when there's a fifth gear left to go.
Yeah, they definitely got some room there. As Sasha Perron wins the draw for the Ice Bears.
Not Perron, he's scratched.
No, excuse me, I'm sorry. That was 74. And it comes back outside. Well, 74 is Perron. Who am I looking at? Was that Cooley? 24?
Yeah, 24 is Cooley.
Okay. So at any rate, the Ice Bears have a power play opportunity, and they do have it in the zone as they go to work.
Ruben, I think Alex Ruben, 79 there for you.
Okay. There's a 70-something out there.
Yeah, it's Ruben.
And the puck comes in on goal, and it's deflected away. Into the corner it goes, off the stick of Justin Paulson. Ice Bears get it back. Here's some room for Smith. He shoots. This one deflected up high. Sandy with the block for Iowa State. There's Heisero working the high slot. Now they work it to the left side. Derek Smith. Smith to Heisero.
We've got a guy without a stick, Azevedo.
Azevedo is out there without a stick, and the puck comes up high, and it's gloved and sent up into the netting. 1:08 left in the penalty.
That's when Missouri State needs to take advantage of things. You've got a defender that doesn't have a stick. And the power play that looked very good for Missouri State towards the end of this first half of the season. And I know it's the first game back, but it's a situation where you've got to take advantage of this, and they didn't do that.
Well, they've still got 1 minute and 8 seconds left on this power play.
Oh, sure, but Acevedo had his stick back, too.
We're going to get a new puck? Yeah, something wrong with the old one.
Oh, we've had a bad batch of pucks. In fact, there was and I showed it to you earlier, Dan, the local TV station had done a interview with some of the players, and while they were practicing, a couple of the pucks broke. And they did not shoot it hard at all.
Huh.
So we got a bad batch. It was not good. We have been had those replaced.
One of them left over, though. Here's Anderson on the point, working with Cooley on the right wing. Back to Brennan. Top of the slot. Wade shoots, and a good blocker save that time from Gedeke. It comes into the near corner. Ice Bears still have it. 42 seconds left to work on the power play. Brown gets around his man. Shovels a backhander into the zone. Save. Rebound is stuffed back as well. And finally, the Cyclones will clear it out.
6:46 to go in the second period. 28 seconds remaining in the power play. It's a 3-0 lead for Missouri State. Steve Casson, Dan Lee, Matt Reisner. Thanks for joining us on Web Sports Radio and on KBFL. Dwayne Darr keeping us on the air.
Solnikow tried to stick his way through two defenders. Not going to happen. Good defensive work by Austin Paulson puts a stop to that drive. Anderson now feeds in, pass just under the stick of Cooley, goes all the way in, but taken back by Iowa State, and that'll do it for the power play.
And no icing because they iced it with 1 second left. So they can make a change. Can Iowa State? Ice Bears out of their own zone. Carson Warnig let it go to as far as the ISU line, but somehow it stays in onside.
And Turin almost had an opportunity for a one-timer, but couldn't quite get a good look at it, and it comes the other direction.
Here comes Justin Paulson, left to right across the line into the Missouri State zone, drops it off, and a shot off of the stick of Colton Kramer. He has figured in every goal with 2 and an assist.
Here's Anderson. Gets headed off at the blue line, and it comes poking back out the other direction, but taken right back by Missouri State.
Ice Bears with the B line on now. It's Barrett. Has it broken up from him. Warnig is there defensively to clear it out to center ice. Now to O'Brien. Across past Johansson, sticking in the zone.
It'll be taken there by Paulson in the corner. Justin Paulson with a nice move. Spins around and gets it back the other direction. It comes to the near half board. Cyclones tip it out of the zone. It's smashed right back in by Patrick Johansson. Now back behind the Cyclone goal. Forechecking pressure from Zane O'Brien turns them back the other direction. They'll try to reset, the Cyclones. They have a man sweep through unabated. Now it comes to the near side. And the Ice Bears watch it go the other direction.
Back down in the Missouri State zone. Derek Smith had to go off of his skate. Dropped in low for Jared Erickson out of Wapaka, Wisconsin. Moving it into the corner. Now behind the net. It's sent to the far side. Taken by Rogers. He's averaging .79 goals a game. Puck is kicked to the corner, and once again, it is Grellum. He gets hounded by Bratton. Kicked forward at the left face-off dot. Now a drive-in sails up high and wide. 4:18 to go in the period. Growlham tried to center it, broken up by Bratton. Far side boards, now to the left side, far side post. It is Branham with it, or Growlham that is. Growlham's pass intercepted, taken away and cleared.
Well, Barrett thought about racing for it, but he needs a little bit of a breather, so he goes straight to the bench instead. And the Cyclones get it back with Dolan,
who sends it back into the Missouri State zone. No icing. Brown is there. 3:49 to go in the period. And Brown hesitates but gets it out to center. That's as far as it goes. We turn the other way. In the Missouri State zone, left to right. Dolan drops it down low. Ice Bears still trying to work something. And it is Sollenbach. He's fights along the boards. Dolan kicks it to himself. Still has it. Shot off the side of the goal stick of Griffin. Haven't said Griffin's name much. Here's a opportunity now. Left side drawn by Olcott in, and Griffin makes the save.
3:18 left, second period. 13-12 shots on goal now, actually favoring Missouri State University.
Well, they just changed.
Okay. They got 2 shots off there, right. 14-13 now, back in favor of the Cyclones.
3:18 to go in the period. Coming up at the second period intermission, one of the directors of the Boys and Girls Club, Jeff Long, director of operations, we get a shot right up the middle after a bad deflection off the side of the net. It's in, and the hat trick goes to Kramer.
My goodness. Oh, too many windows left open there. The rain came in.
Well, it was windy earlier.
Yeah.
And there was some snow and spitting rain. This is just an unfortunate situation for Missouri State. After the big save was made, the rebound kicked out, and an easy one able to get put in.
So a 4-0 lead now. Here's the score.
Number 28, Colton Kramer, assisted by number 7, Tony Uglum, number 17, Aaron Acevedo. For the Cyclones, Kramer from Uglum and Acevedo. Time of the goal, 16:47.
So 4 points for Kramer on 4 goals so far, 3 goals and an assist.
And I'll take a look, but I think he is now the leading scorer as far as this series goes against Missouri State. And 3-6, he is. He is officially the leading scorer. Puck is cleared out and all the way down into the Cyclone end of the ice. 4-0.
Justin Paulson racing out from his own end. Gets
Paulson,
by 1.
Yeah, he'll flip it in, and that's as far as it goes, although it trails into the Missouri State zone. 2:19 to go in the period. Puck is taken away, and trying to get it is Erickson. He does get a tip in by Rogers, and it's deflected by the goaltender Griffin, and the Ice Bears retreat with the puck, and they overrun it in their own bench.
Henrik Lohman there trying to carry it out and met with a wall, and it comes the other direction. Here's Growlham. No, that's not Growlham. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. He'll bring it across the line. I know it's hard to see. Puck comes up the middle. The Ice Bears have it. If they hurry, they have a 3-on-2.
And Barrett has speed, and he's coming in on the left wing. Pulls on the brace, tries to feed it through, and it's off the stick of Schumacher and deflected out to center ice.
Too much
Zane O'Brien.
Pinball action going on there, Dan.
Yep, just too many skates to get through. Now they'll fight for it deep in the corner. Barrett can't get to it in time. And Iowa State with a lot of room to work on the right side.
And they have it across the line to Goggin. He'll look for some help. Instead, passes it up the middle, and a shot by Rogers is saved by Griffin. The rebound in front, save again by Griffin. Here's a lead pass, and it was too far for Bratton. He just didn't get his stick in the proper position.
That was a little behind him, too.
Yeah, and the puck was cleared with 1:08 to go in the period. And a 4-0 lead, so they've matched their goal output in the first period.
1 minute remains in the second period, 1 minute to go.
And you can see what they're trying to do. They're trying to break Barrett down the middle, and the passes just aren't on the mark.
It's not working. I talked to Ryan Armstrong, the general manager of the hockey club who used to play for the team, and I said, these stretch passes down the middle, they're just not working. And he says, I know, it's not. He says, but I'm not the coach anymore. He used to be assistant coach. And he says, I'm not the coach.
Well, and I think what Jeremy Law said at the first intermission break, well, we'll talk about it in a second.
Yeah, well, I think what it is he just by making that statement, he's saying, look, these guys have to kind of learn what they're doing wrong. Let's just let them figure it out, and we'll move on.
15 seconds left in the period. Ice Bears have it behind their own goal. And a long shot is deflected, chipped up in the air. Iowa State will chip it right back the other direction. As the puck comes away to Anderson, now deep into the zone. That'll do it for the period. But what I was going to say, Steve, what Jeremy Law said was very telling at the end of the last period, the first period, when he said that the defensemen have more time than they think they do to make a nice pass. They're getting rushed on their passes, and they don't realize they've got an extra second or two to look up ice and pinpoint their target. And the passes are going off too fast, and they're missing their mark.
We're going to take a break since we know that the intermissions are short here. And when we come back, we will talk with the operations director of Boys and Girls Club in just a moment.
We all love the fajitas. Their margaritas get the crown. Don't forget the quesadillas. It's the best Mexican food in town.
Now your favorite Mexican restaurant is open on Sunday. Yes, Maria's Downtown is open on Sunday. So bring your family and friends and enjoy Mexico with us 7 days a week.
Hold on to your salsa and your chips.
Maria's on South Avenue in downtown Springfield.
We are back at Jordan Valley Ice Park. Steve Cass and Dan Lee now talking with the Director of Operations of the Boys and Girls Club and Jeff Long. And Jeff, kids are all over Jordan Valley Ice Park here and loving every minute of it. The Boys and Girls Club, it kind of speaks for itself. That's exactly what this is. It's a club for boys and girls to do fun things, and obviously one of them here tonight is to be at Jordan Valley Ice Park.
Yes, we love coming and watching the Missouri State Ice Bears. We've been doing this now for like over 10 years, so the kids really enjoy coming to the game. They get to be loud and excited, and Stan Melton's a big supporter of that, along with the Sertoma clubs here in town, so they just really enjoy coming.
Now, what is the basis for the Boys and Girls Club? In other words, if somebody says, well, I hear it all the time, boys and girls, okay, yes, there's boys and girls, but what really does the organization do for the kids?
The Boys and Girls Club, we are a after school and also during the summer a youth development organization. We're for ages 6 to 18 years old. Anybody can be a member of the Boys and Girls Club, but our mission is we're enabling all young people, especially those who need us the most, to reach their full potential as productive, caring, and responsible citizens. So here in Springfield, we have 4 locations. We have 3 of them that are standalone facilities, and then we have one that's attached to a school. And so again, they're for all kids, but we do a lot of our 70% of our kids are on free reduced lunch. Over half the kids just like live with a single parent. So we're like a second family to the kids. We help them with their homework. We feed them after school. We take them on field trips such as this. Just giving the kids opportunities and just letting them know, hey, you're special. You can be whatever you want to be. We're just kind of there to help them out along the way.
Kind of like a Big Brother program, but you don't have to be a brother. You can be a sister too.
Right. And we're like I said, we're facility based in that you walk into a Boys and Girls Club. There's a game room with pool tables and ping pong and foosball. There's an arts and crafts room, a tech lab. It's almost like its own community. There's something there for everybody. And we're actually celebrating our 80th anniversary on February 5th. And we're having, every year we have an annual dinner, but this one's extra special. And that we're inviting all of our former members. It's going to be at the Doubletree Hotel, and we're hoping to have it sold out, 500 people.
Wow.
And we're going to be, every year we announce our most outstanding Youth of the Year. It's called Youth of the Year. And so we'll be announcing our Youth of the Year, but we're also going to be recognizing all of our former Youth of the Year. So it's just a special night we're looking forward to.
Now, how long have you been doing this personally?
Oh, I've been doing this professionally since 1993. But I grew up in the Boys and Girls Clubs. My dad is a director of Boys and Girls Clubs in Durant, Oklahoma. So I grew up always around the Boys and Girls Club. I only took a 3-year break to teach 3rd grade. Otherwise, I've always worked at Boys and Girls Clubs. It's a true story, but back when I was 14, I lived in Waco, Texas. And
not many people admit that, but that's cool.
and so I actually, during the summertime, I would ride my moped to the boys club to work, and I ran the learning center. So we do like reading book clubs and checkers. But I also, this is true, and this is back in 1984, I actually helped in the wood shop. So I was one of the staff members in the wood shop. And like nowadays, you probably wouldn't do that, but it's just kind of crazy. So I've worked in a little bit of all the different areas, but I just love the club, and that I'm now the director of operations. I've been in that position for about 2 years. So I make sure like all of our rooftop, all of our air conditioners are taken care of, all of our vehicles are taken care of. There's just all kinds of going after grants and when, going after getting donations, but there's also reporting to do. But I still enjoy going back into the clubs, and I'll go back to the Musgrave unit. That's over on Park Avenue. I was the director there for about 14 years, and I was just there last night, and you walk around and kids are coming up and giving you high fives and side hugs, and that's when you realize that you are making a difference, when kids go out of their way to say hi to you, that they still remember you.
And that's what keeps you coming back for more.
That's what keeps coming back.
Okay, so after 25 years, you've seen literally thousands and thousands of young people come through your program.
Yes.
The chances are pretty good, and I'm just guessing here, but the chances are pretty good that you've seen some of those kids go on to do some pretty nice things throughout their lifetimes. Am I right in that?
Yes.
Are there any that comes to mind?
Oh, I mean, I know, and I'm speaking in general here, but like for example, I know of a young man that now like is in the highway patrol and everything. So like that. I mean, I know that we here in Springfield, we actually have had 3 doctors, and we're about to have 2 more people graduate as doctors. Since 2003, we've actually had 81 of our club members that we've been keeping track graduate from college and everything.
Okay.
So and of those 81, 3 of them are doctors, and we're about to have 2 more doctors. So, but yeah. But I'll be in Walmart, and like someone will come up to me and just say, "Hey Jeff, how you doing?" So it's a good feeling. So, yeah,
now, of course, something like this doesn't happen without a great support network, and that has to start with funding. Where do you get the majority of your funding?
All right, we basically ask individuals for donations. It's any donation to the Boys and Girls Club is tax deductible. So individuals, businesses. Also, we do fundraisers. For example, we have a major special event. It's actually already sold out, which is an awesome thing. But Patrick Mahomes is going to be our guest speaker on April 9th at the University Plaza. This is our 23rd year for the Steak and Steak Dinner, and so people come and they get to hear him speak. There'll be auction items, and so that's a major fundraiser for us. We also have like a golf tournament. And just in United Way, we've been a partner with United Way since the 1940s, and so people can give to United Way, and then they help us out. And this is Tremaine right here. I've known Tremaine since he's little, right here. But yeah.
Since you were 2 years old? My goodness, that's quite a while.
Yeah. So.
All right. Well, there's one coming up for you right there.
Yeah.
And I can see from the smile on your face and the beam in your eyes, this is something that means a whole lot to you, and you're going to keep doing this till when?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm just going until I retire and everything. I kind of look at it is that I grew up with. I mean, my parents did divorce when I was like in 3rd grade, and that was a little bit rough. But I mean, I grew up with 2 supportive parents, so I had it lucky compared to these kids. However, like my dad, who he started going to the Boys and Girls Club when he was like in 5th grade, so like 9 or 10 years old. I mean, he grew up really disadvantaged. His parents both passed away at an early age, and the Boys and Girls Club helped him. He actually got a scholarship to get to go to Southwest Missouri State University. So I kind of consider myself like a kind of a second generation, like an end result of the Boys and Girls Club. Because if it wouldn't have been for the Boys Club for my dad, who knows what he would be doing now. But because the Boys Club said, hey, we see something special in you, and kind of set him on a path for success, then he was able to provide for his family. And so I'm kind of like a result of the Boys and Girls Club. And it's just getting passed on. And like both my boys, they're 12 and 14, and they go to the Boys and Girls Club. And one of them, I don't know if he'll be a club director someday, but he sure knows a lot about it. He's always asking about things.
Well, now, is your story fairly typical for those who get involved from a tutorial aspect of this and helping the young kids out? Is yours a typical story in the respect that most of the people who work alongside of you have come from backgrounds where they themselves have felt what it was like to have that extra helping hand?
Yes. For example, I would at least a third of our staff, again, at a Boys and Girls Club, we have someone who's in charge of the gym, someone's in charge of the game room. But I'd say at least a third of our staff were Boys and Girls Club members themselves. And once they turn 18, they usually will come to us and say, hey, you got any jobs? And a lot of times our Boys and Girls Club kids make the best staff because they can relate to the kids and they're passionate about it.
Now, how big is the organization here in Springfield now?
We have 2,500 members.
Oh my goodness!
So pretty big. And so we on a given day we have about 850 kids that we're serving on a given day. And see, we pick up from 35 schools every day. So we're picking up the kids up and bringing them to the club, and then like our teenagers, we actually take them home at night, so that way they can stay a little bit later and everything. But besides our membership, we have like a basketball league, and that has almost 300 kids in our basketball league. We'll have a baseball league, and also people will rent our clubs for birthday parties and stuff. So when you add up all the other kids that we serve in a year's time, it's more like closer to like 10,000 kids that we've had outreach to in a year's time through all of our different, activities and stuff. So.
And just from a rough estimate, how many servers or helpers do you have doing this?
During the summertime is when we have the most staff members, and between the 4 clubs we have about 100 staff.
Taking care of that many kids. Do you have any satellite programs around the Springfield area?
Just like I said, 3 standalone in Springfield, and then 1 attached to a school. And the 1 attached to a school is the first of its kind in the state of Missouri. We got the idea from Toledo, Ohio, but it's an awesome idea. And that this school, the kids get out of school and they walk right down the hallway, and there's a Boys and Girls Club, and there's caring staff there for the kids. We're looking, and I know that Steve here mentioned that he knows Pat, our executive director. Pat actually started with us in 2002. He's retiring as of March 31st, and he actually served 17 years here, 40 years in all on Boys and Girls Clubs. But we actually just announced our new CEO. Her name is Brandy Harris. She's incredible, and that she's got a lot of vision. And so basically, if communities, if towns around Springfield are interested in Boys and Girls Club, we're willing to sit down and talk. It really comes down to having individuals and businesses, though, that want to support it, and that we try to run our programs as streamlined as possible. We're fiscally responsible, we're transparent, but we do rely on volunteers. Volunteers help, and that kind of gives that extra one-on-one attention. But you still have to have paid staff that'll be there every day who are passionate and who come in early, and they start planning what activities are going to be, and they're willing to stay and help clean up afterwards. So you can't run a Boys and Girls Club for free. It costs money, but it's an investment. Basically, it costs us about $1,000 a kid to run the Boys and Girls Club.
Okay.
But yet we charge for the school year. It costs $90 to come to the Boys and Girls Club, and then during the summertime, it's like $35 a week. So we're not charging the kids what it costs to come, because if we did, many of them wouldn't be able to afford it, and that's the ones that need it the most. But the way I look at it, you're investing in the future, because you can either help donate to the Boys and Girls Club now, and we're keeping these kids, we're helping them realize what they're good at, and we're encouraging. Otherwise, if we don't help our kids, then we're going to have a lot more. Not to say all of our kids are going to jail, but basically it costs like $30,000 a year to have someone incarcerated.
Real quick.
I
hate to wake you up, but we're getting ready for hockey here.
Okay.
Real quick, what's the phone number?
Well, it was a lot quicker than we thought, but thanks to Jeff Long, who is the operations manager at the Boys and Girls Club. We are just about ready for period number 3 here between Missouri State and Iowa State. Thanks for tuning in on KBFL 96.9 and 1060 AM. I'm Steve Casson along with Dan Lee, and our cameraman on Web Sports Radio's live TV, Matt Reisner, along with Dwayne Darr, keeping us on the air back at KBFL. Third period is underway. Missouri State skating from the left to the right, and Iowa State from the right to the left.
And the Iowa State Cyclones trying to hold it into the Ice Bears zone right now, but Turin breaks out for the Ice Bears.
Salnikov had it off of his stick from Turin's pass, and it'll go to the Iowa State bench. Cyclones trying to work the puck. Ice Bears dig it out. Cooley does. It comes right into Salnikov, broken up from him, and a slash by Acevedo. Salnikov slashes him. They both draw at each other, and play continues. Now you got to watch out. Solnikoff might retaliate, but instead he calls for the puck.
And it comes back into the Ice Bear zone, quickly up on the right wing to Cooley,
who waited for Solnikoff to get on side, and Nikita will go to the bench. Far side boards now. Working it is Hunter Dolan. Dolan's pass intercepted. Ice Bears have it. A shot and a big save as O'Brien got that one. And Gedeke is there to put the right pad on it. We come the other way. Right to left, that is, in the Missouri State zone.
Paulson dumps it in. Grolin will try to race for it, but he can't get there in time. The Ice Bears take the puck back. It's lifted high into the neutral zone. Glove down. That should be a hand pass, and it is. As the gloved puck went straight to Dolan, and that'll stop play with 18:40 left here in the third period. 4-0 tally in favor of Iowa State University. That's a long road back if you're a Missouri State University fan. And they'll face this one off at center ice. And it's won by the Ice Bears, but Bratton's draw goes straight to Paulson for Iowa State University. Long lead pass misses everybody, but comes in on goal, and Griffin decides to hang on to it. Brady Griffin has faced 18 Cyclone shots. 4 of them have slipped by.
Dan, I was talking about team records, and the largest point scoring streak for Iowa State was Acevedo, 6 games from, I think, let's see, when did he do that? He did that from October 6th to October 26th, and he is the longest point scoring streak leader for Iowa State.
And he's got some tonight to go with it, so. Does that keep that streak alive, or did it break before then?
No, it broke back in October.
Oh, that's right. Yep, you did say that, didn't you?
Bratton's pass intercepted by Alcott, and he'll turn and burn the other way.
Alcott looking for Lee, but he lifts it up high, and it goes all the way to the end board, and it comes around to the near side now as it finds its way around. Now steered back behind the Missouri State University goal. Great forechecking by Alcott. They steal it away. Out front it comes, and not knowing the puck was right in front of him was Sandy. Or Nicholas would have had a great opportunity. I don't think he ever saw it right there on his doorstep, and it comes back the other way. Here's Bratton.
He'll have to cross the line. Bratton will look at the Barrett, sends it down in low. Now onto the ice for Missouri State is the Ice Bears' Alex Rubin. He'll fight for it along the near side boards. Taken away, though. Can Rubin pickpocket him? No. It is cleared out to center ice, and the him was Hallback. Now we get a penalty. The first penalty is Henrik Lohman's going to get called.
Fans don't like it, but I can't see any problem with that call.
Well, they are not happy with Lohman getting called. We'll see if we can see kind of exactly what happened on that series. That's the initial shot.
Uh-oh.
What?
I just flipped a pencil right out of the arena.
Oh, yeah, Dan. He completely fell on his own. Lohman did not trip him at all.
Okay.
So just the second penalty and second power play for the Cyclones.
Azevedo has it on the stick, now leaves it on the right side as they start the power play. Centers it right through on a tic-tac play, but fortunately Brady Griffin got the lumber out in time to poke it away as it came in on final approach. Now Iowa State will work it back to the point. Nope, it gets blocked away, and down on the doorstep it comes. Good save. Scrambling to get up again is Griffin, and he managed to get some help from his defense, and he's back up. There's Azevedo, drop pass, shot by Uglum, and it is in! Score! And I don't know if Azevedo got there to tip it in, or it just snuck its way past off of the shot by Uglum, or there might have been another tip in there somewhere, but we'll wait and see what happens.
Well, we'll see if we can catch it on replay here. Here's the initial shot and the big save by Stevens. The rebound is cleared and kept in by Iowa State. And then they just work it at the top of the blue. And I think it's, yeah, Dan, you know, I got to agree with you. I'm not sure. Not sure if that was Uglum or not. If anything, it might have been Marcicilli. And if it is Marcesili's goal, that's his first of the season. So not entirely sure yet until we hear from public address announcer Tim Greasy.
2 for 2 on the power play.
Iowa State goal scored by number 28, Colton Kramer.
No.
Assisted by number 7, Tony Uglum. Number 17, Aaron Acevedo. For the Cyclones, Kramer from Uglum and Acevedo.
Oh, my
Time
goodness.
Goal 3:18.
A four-cornered hat for Colton Kramer tonight.
Well, when we get the next stoppage in play, I will tell you all of the team records for this season he has now broken. There are several of them. But I still do not know if that indeed was his goal. Well,
somebody poked it in right there on the corner post.
Oh, you know what? It was Kramer. Yep.
On the corner post?
Nope. He tipped it in front.
Okay.
It is all his goal. I'm looking at it back on replay here. So 4 goals for Colton Kramer. And we'll look at that one again here. He has figured in every goal.
Oh, yeah.
He has an assist on the one he didn't score on.
Yep, 5-point night. 4 goals.
Puck cleared in with 15:07 to go in the third period. It comes up the middle. Cooley is there, can't work the puck. And Dan, I know I mentioned this earlier, but Missouri State has allowed 6 or more goals to Iowa State in 4 of the 8 meetings. Now it's 5 in this game.
Here's another steal, working in for Iowa State, but a good defensive play that time. Takes it away as Schumacher gets it back. Lost it at the blue line. Rogers gets it to center ice. McLean has it. Looks in on the right wing. Shot, saved off the pad. Rebound comes to Missouri State. Still hustle in there for Solnikov.
He comes through the middle, broken away from him. Cooley is there, but his like number 24 for Iowa State, Halbach, is able to stick it into the corner. Now it's cleared back on the Missouri State end, no icing.
It was deflected by a Missouri State stick, so it comes the other direction. Here's Barrett.
He'll have it across the line, but it's as far as it goes. Intercepted by the defense of Justin Paulson, and he'll bring it out to center. Paulson out of Princeton, Minnesota. Cleared back to Olson, who hails from Northfield. That's also in Minnesota, the defenseman. Sophomore brings it up to center. Now to Kramer.
Kramer stops at the blue line, backhands the pass deep into the corner. Taken behind by Iowa State, trying to sneak around for a centering pass, but no. It's knocked away by Anderson. Now flipped up high and all the way back behind it come. Uglum tries to steer it back the other direction. Zane O'Brien is there for the Ice Bears. Long cross-ice pass, intercepted momentarily, but taken back by Barrett.
He has it at the line. Now waits for everyone to get onside and sends it in offside. He could have brought the puck in and didn't, and that forced the rest of his B line to go offside. Now Missouri State will change. And with 13:06 to go in the third period on a 5-0 lead, all you have to know is Colton Kramer.
Yeah, that's
pretty
the story
much it.
tonight.
He has
Colton
4.
Kramer with a career game.
And Uglum with the other one.
Marcesili will start the charge this time for Iowa State. Grolem has to catch up with it. Derek Smith is going to beat him to the puck. Smith behind the goal, tries to go out on the wing. Touch pass is ahead to Maddie.
2-on-2, Ice Bears have it. Now to Lohman, he shoots. What a shot there. Big save. If Lohman can get a shot off, he'd be dangerous. But so far in this game, that's the only one. 12:28 to go. Puck cleared to center. And back down where Lohman will send it ahead. In on goal with 12:20 remaining. Shots are 21-15 now, and that is in favor of Iowa State. Shot in again, and we get a
Hey
glove.
fans, Civil Kitchen and Tap located in downtown Springfield, just off the square. Owned and
12-11
operated
left
by
in
an
the third
Ice Bear
period.
alumni.
5-0 Iowa
Come
State
enjoy
University.
great food downtown.
Well, there's been a couple of pluses tonight. It's that I think Henrik Lohman is going to be a fine addition to this club.
He is.
When he gets settled in.
Let's head between the glass with Dr. Ben Goss.
Well, guys, although the last one certainly didn't go the Ice Bears' way, we want to thank the fans who have participated in the Ice Bears PK Challenge tonight. These fans have pledged funds for successful Ice Bears penalty kills, shorthanded goals, and zero penalty games, which will help fund the nutritional meals for the Ice Bears when they are on the road. Pledge funding can be made at 3 maximum levels per game, $10, $20, and $50. And find out more about how you can help feed the Bears when they're on the road at msupkchallenge.com.
11:57 to go. Well, Dan, I talked about the fact that he has set several records, team records. Did you know the most points in a game is 3? Rogers.
For anyone on his team?
Rogers, Sabo, Goggin, and Uglum all have 3 points.
This year.
This year. Up until now. Now it's Colton Kramer with 5.
Yeah.
Most goals in a game was 2. Uglum did it twice, Rogers and Sabo. Now you have to add 4 to that category.
Yeah.
And the most assists, he's a little farther away from that. Dylan Goggin still has 3 assists, so does Rogers.
Well, it's hard to add up your assists when you've scored 4 goals.
Shot comes in off the side of the net, and it will be held to the far side. Now keep in mind that Iowa State has only played 14 games. So this would make sense that it's not as high as you would think if you look at, for instance, Missouri State stats, where most points in a game, Nikita Salnikov with 6.
Yep. And again, they haven't played since November 17th. That is a long layoff. They were itching to play some hockey tonight, weren't they?
And they look like it here as it was stolen by Acevedo. Ice Bears do have it. They clear it out of their own zone, left to right, to Cooley across the line. Now to Salnikov, breaks free. He shoots and a blocker save. Second best shot that the Ice Bears have gotten in this game, and a good blocker save by Gedeke. Now with 10:43 to go in the period. Up by Acevedo, or the pass that is, works it in now to Uglum.
Uglum takes it deep into the corner, working around Turin. Somebody got a stick in there and poked it back the other direction. The Ice Bears have some room to move, but not far. Up to the blue line it goes and chipped back the other direction. Glove down by Brown. He can't control it. It's knocked into the zone, and a full sail fire escape line change for Iowa State. Missouri State University waiting behind their own goal. There's a nice lead to Salnikov.
He's going to work a 3-on-2. Salnikov into Bratton, now to Cooley. He shoots, and it just ticked wide. Here is Bratton. He gets it away to the left side. Now a shot tipped wide after Carson Warnig was able to place it towards the net. Now Bratton comes in. Getting hit hard is Jackson Growlin. Goes to the right side, now to the left side. Corralling it and sending it down in low all the way around the net to try to get to Bratton was the Ice Bears' Carson Warnick. Bratton couldn't control it. Now it's Marciselli who will bring it out and bring it all the way into the Missouri State zone.
Lifts a high pass all the way down in. Carson Warning has it to Barrett.
He will work 1-on-3. Barrett didn't know where the puck was. It was tipped to the corner. Now Olsen is there getting hit with some good pressure, but he does manage to give it off to Paulson.
Good hip check along the boards takes Paulson out of the play as Zane O'Brien got a little shot in there. Here's a shot from the point. This one deflected wide by Smith for Missouri State University. Cyclones get it back. They wheel toward the face-off circle to the left of Brady Griffin. Now working down low. Taken down is Alcott, Adam Alcott. But the puck comes away, just slides outside the zone on the left-hand side, and Paulson will send it back. Here's Max Olson sending it down deep as the defenseman change for the Cyclones. It comes out to Barrett. Barrett has his pocket picked by Hansen. It comes the other direction. Smith backhands it toward the blue line. Tipped out by O'Brien. Up to the red line is as far as it goes. Marciselli starting from his own end. To the red line. Sends one all the way in from there, and it's paddled away by Griffin. Now comes back behind the goal. Here's Bratton. Bratton has it, sends it cross ice. Gets it on stick to Alex Rubin. He lost it, and here it comes the other way.
Bouncing puck comes in the zone. Lohman is there for Missouri State to chase, but we come the other way, right to left now for Iowa State. Offside as Erickson was in just a little bit too soon for the offside. Well, we talked about the team records for Iowa State. Let's look at Missouri State's team records, and Nikita Salnikov has the longest point scoring streak for the Ice Bears, 9 games. Jordan Bratton has 8. Current point scoring streaks include Brennan Anderson with 4 and Nikita Salnikov with 4, but right now with a big goose egg on the board, those may not happen as far as extending them.
Uglem walked in with a golden opportunity, had a man on his left-hand side, and got it across to him, and it would have been Kramer for 5, but Kramer's shot stopped by Griffin. I don't think I've ever seen anybody score 5 goals in a game. Have you?
Yeah, Brian Beeman did for Missouri State.
5 in one game? I thought he got 4, but I don't remember 5.
I believe so. I believe he got 5.
Huh.
And I will have to double check if Jack Ryan did. I don't think he did.
No, I know Jack Ryan didn't. That is possible, though. Yeah, let's check the record books for tomorrow night.
Which is basically a bunch of papers in my office.
Yeah, you're the only one that can check them, so get after it, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Well, so most goals in a game. Obviously, twice, 3 by Nikita Salnikov. Had a hat trick against Arizona State on the 5th of October and the 15th of November. And I'll give you a guess on who has the most assists in a game. And he did it twice.
Boy, I hate it when you get after me with the statistics.
Well, it's an easy one.
Oh, no!
Now as Anderson got cross-checked into the boards.
From behind while he wasn't looking.
That is not good, and if we don't get a couple of ejections out of this, and the officials are being very lenient.
Well, it's been a long night for the Ice Bears, that's for sure. We're going to get a couple of players in the box.
Missouri State didn't start this, though. I don't believe they started it. I think it was an Ice Bear that got dumped behind the net, and they took exception of things. We'll see if we can...
Well, I see 2 Cyclones in there. I see 1 Ice Bear in there.
Well, that's probably what it should be. Let's take a look at it again if I can back it up to that point. So here's where the first penalty happens, right there. Then you have Anderson pushing, and then he gets hit from behind. So chances are Anderson's one that's in the box.
One thing I always loved about hockey, they always have the appropriate song at the appropriate time.
Well, Mickey's doing the music, he knows.
Yeah. No matter what arena you go to, they've always got the appropriate music to fit any situation. 7:28 left in the regulation, third period. 5-0 your score. Iowa State University all over Missouri State University tonight.
This has been a relatively fast game. We started at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, we just happened to start it a couple hours too late.
Again, to allow the referees to have time to get here.
Thank you to those who stayed up late to listen to us on KBFL FM 96.9 AM 1060. And our thanks to our studio engineer, Dwayne Darr, for keeping us on the air back at the studio tonight.
Yeah, he will be here till midnight, he said, and he'll be carrying us all the way through. And, of course, our cameraman, Matt Reisner. Matt, I know you said you're here for today. How about tomorrow? Can we, no? You got something else better to do?
What is it? What's her name, Matt? What's her name? Come on, fess up.
Oh, you've got the Chiefs game.
Oh, all that silly Chiefs game.
Okay, I'll let you do that. Initially,
Christmas present.
Oh, let's see. It was a Christmas present from your folks. Okay.
Okay.
Well, we've got 2 problems with this. One, you didn't invite me, or they didn't get me tickets.
You mean you're going to the game? Is that what you're saying? You're going to be there? I don't want to talk to you anymore. We've got a hockey game to do.
I didn't say I was going to be there. I just said they didn't invite me. Okay, so the bottom line is, let's catch the penalties here.
Number 11, Hunter Dolan, 2 minutes for checking from behind. Dolan checking from behind. Also, Jackson Graham, number 13, 2 minutes for roughing. Graham, 2 minutes roughing. For the Ice Bears, Hunter Saunders, number 25, 2 minutes checking from behind. Saunders 2 minutes checking from behind. Time of the penalties 12:32.
So basically, the officials gave them the least amount of penalty minutes that they could get.
Quite lenient considering.
Here's a drive in by Kramer, or make that Anderson past Kramer, and it's held on to by Gedeke. So what that means is Missouri State has power play number 3, and they have 1:13 remaining in that man advantage.
And nothing they'd like more than to break that goose egg up there.
Alex Turin comes in to take the draw with Colton Kramer, and Kramer to win it. Slapped down below the net of the Cyclones. Ice Bears have it as Salnikov. He'll work the power play for 104. Fans getting impatient, saying, come on. They want to see a goal here. Here's Brown. Sweeps it to Anderson. High slot. They'll crisscross. Brown gets the return pass from Anderson. Now to Turin. Right face-off circle. Drops it to the right point. Turin plays catch with Brown, and they didn't connect. And it's cleared.
40 seconds left in the power play. The Ice Bears will get some fresh troops out there, so will the Cyclones.
6:02 to go in the third period. And a 5-0 lead for Iowa State. Here comes Barrett across the line. Barrett is 1-on-4, so he'll bank it off the back of the boards. Gets it to O'Brien. Up to Barrett. Lost it, but enough to get it down in low. Halbach is there. Intercepted, though. Taken away by Olsen, and he'll work it up to center. Oh, it doesn't get up to center as it went off of Bratton's hand, and he's going to stay in. He shook his hand like he didn't expect it to hit him, and he'll stay on the ice. 3 seconds to go. Power play is over, but Missouri State will at least have the advantage coming into the zone. They do. A bouncing puck is cleared, though. It's out to center. And the Ice Bears come in. They shoot it in instead of going in offside. Now they clear the zone. O'Brien, left to right into the zone. Here is Marcicilli. He checks his man for Iowa State. That man was O'Brien. Zane O'Brien, 10 goals, 10 assists for him. Puck is cleared out to center, and Alcott will have it. 4-1. Actually, 4 goals and 1 power play goal for him this season.
As the Cyclones go back to work offensively. Under 5 minutes left to play in regulation, a 5-goal lead. Marcicilli retreats. They'll just chew up some time here as they get some fresh skaters out there. Alcott now with a long shot from deep in the neutral zone, and it's gloved by Brady Griffin. So the Chiefs game, the Colts game, who you picking?
Oh, Chiefs.
By?
Oh, we're going to bet on this?
Oh, we got to have point spreads.
Okay, so I'm going to say Chiefs. Chiefs by 7.
Dr. Ben Goss, your views.
Well, right now the view that I have is not a good one, and it says 5-0 Cyclones, but if you're asking me to pick on the NFL game tomorrow, I'm going to abstain from that.
Good call. Very good call. Here's Rubin with a potential pass, and it goes off of his stick. He's able to keep it in, though. Drops it down in low to Lohman, who helps it at the half boards. Lohman, right dot, gets it to Rubin. Intercepted, though, taken away by Acevedo. Now, Ice Bears put a rush on, but it's taken away and cleared, sent all the way down. This should be an icing, and it is. Icing with 4:07 to go in the period. Don't forget, our next broadcast will be tomorrow, 7 o'clock right here from Jordan Valley Ice Park. Missouri State, Iowa State, 7 o'clock. And I hope and I believe it should be a 7 o'clock game tomorrow.
Matt, what's your pick on the score there for tomorrow night? Chiefs by 10?
10. Chiefs by 10.
Chiefs by 10.
Either that or he put up his hands to say, shut up already, Dan.
We go back to the other end, and the Cyclones will try to put some more pressure on as they get the puck down to Robbie McLean. McLean gets headed off the puck deep in the corner. Working under 4 minutes left to go in the hockey game. Shot comes in deflected and dropped momentarily, but then scooped back up by Brady Griffin. Well, Dr. Ben Goss, I would not have picked you to be the chicken in the group tonight.
It's not that I'm chicken, Dan. I'm just not an NFL fan.
Okay.
Yeah, well, there you go. I'm not a golf fan, that's for sure.
Okay, so I'm going to be the guy. I'm going to be the one. You can hate me if you want to. Colts by 2, 19-17.
Oh, that's right. You said because of a safety in overtime.
Yeah, they're going to win it on a safety in overtime.
After the mascot
gets pelted with beer bottles on the south end of Arrowhead Stadium.
Okay.
Yes. If you want, specifics, I can be more specific. Oh, right in on goal, and a great save by Griffin that time as they worked the puck down low to Eric Jackson. Jared Erickson. And he had a great opportunity there.
I see where you were going with that one.
Yeah. But a nice stop by Brady on the doorstep. Now another pass comes sliding through the blue and out the other side as Griffin didn't have to stretch out and make a play on that. He just watched it go by. Missouri State running out of time to try to get something on the board here. Under 3 minutes to go.
Back in the ISU zone. Olsen is there, waits for everyone to complete their change and shoots it in. This should be an icing, and it is. 2:45 to go in the period. Icing will bring it back into the Cyclone end of the ice. And, Dan, I heard a story.
Uh-huh.
And maybe we'll save it for tomorrow, but if Iowa State is the Cyclones, I want to know this story. If they're the Cyclones, why do they have a Redbird mascot?
That's a good question. Is that the state bird of Iowa as well, Cardinal?
I do not know. I'll have to ask this question, or if somebody knows,
you
can
text him.
Yeah, no, you can just email me, Steve at Missouri State Hockey, and give me the answer. Puck is cleared, and it's out to center.
Here's Patrick Johansson to lift it high into the zone.
All the way for Olsen to pick up. Chasing it hard was Travis Barrett. 2:17 to go in the period. And again, the Steak and Shake player of the game has been announced. And it is Brennan Anderson.
As Kramer comes in the zone on the left-hand side. Puck works around the zone to Zane O'Brien. He's got room to work, but his pass is tipped away by Azevedo.
Back down where Missouri State will line change. They do put one man to stay on the ice. That is Jordan Bratton. Puck cleared back down to the Missouri State zone. And a good move by Anderson to get away from the check of Andrew Lee. Lee is still there. And now Anderson will dig it out. Bring it across the ice, Bears barehead. Here comes Anderson down the middle to Rubin, to Anderson. Oh, and it was tipped off of the skate of Alcott and just went wide. That's always tough for a goaltender when your own player tips it in front of you. Inadvertently off of Alcott's skate. Now Lohman gives it to Brown. Brown up the middle, and Rubin with a drive that hit the outside of the net. 1:10 to go in the third period. Brown in front off of the skate of Hallback. And now Kurt is able to, yes, he does clear it and gets it out to center.
Cyclones will dump it down and go for a full line change. One thing for sure, definitely no quit in the Ice Bears here in the last few minutes, even though they're down 5-0. They're still skating hard out there right now. And they want to get something on the board. 45 seconds to go. Here's Rubin.
Across the line, taken away from him by Paulson of Iowa State. So Missouri State, in 34 seconds, will have their 5th official regular time loss this season. They'll drop to 25-3.
25-5, you mean? No.
25-3.
25-3, yes. Okay.
Yeah, I know, that sounds
I know,
a little
it's
strange
weird
to say.
It's an ambiguous statement.
And the Cyclones will improve to 11-4. Technically, they're 13-4. They had 2 exhibition games with Waldorf, which they won very handedly.
But it's not going to happen tonight. There's the final buzzer. Your final score, 5-0. The Cyclones of Iowa State University controlling the Missouri State University Ice Bears handily. 27-20, the final shots on goal.
Is this right? Just 7 for Iowa State for a 3-period total of 27?
Yeah, 27 shots, 5 goals.
And then, 14 shots. 14 shots for a 2-period total. We had 13, so 14 shots for a 2-period total of 27. And Missouri State only got 3 shots in that period for a 3-period total of 20.
Yep, that's the way the puck bounces, I guess.
Well, it's been all the Colton Kramer show. We'll go over the scoring in a second, but let's get down to the Steak and Shake player of the game. It is Dr. Ben Goss with Brennan Anderson.
For the Ice Bears, take us through kind of what happened through your eyes tonight for the Bears.
We didn't really get anything going. We tried getting a lot of pucks in deep, but we couldn't really get any passing going, any cycling going. So it was kind of tough to get a good start. But we had to battle some adversity, and we battled back. So not the outcome we expected, but we'll get them tomorrow.
What kind of adjustments are you going to have to make to get after these Cyclones tomorrow night and come home with a win?
I think we need to be a little bit more mentally strong. Making crisp passes, working hard, winning battles against the boards, not making any mistakes. Because, today the game is a game of mistakes, and we, had a little bit too many than them. So it's a little sad to see that outcome.
Well, tomorrow is another day, and we'll get after Iowa State tomorrow night. Congratulations to you, Steak and Shake player of the game.
Thank you very much.
As you heard from Dr. Ben Goss, that is the Steak and Shake player of the game, and Brandon Anderson coming into today's series. Anderson is the leading scorer in the series, 4 goals, 3 assists, 7 points for him. The next highest person is Alex Turin with 4 assists in this series. Let's go back and take a look at how everything started back at 5:12 of the first period. Colton Kramer gets the first goal for Iowa State. Acevedo and Uglum with the assist, and on his shot that bounced off of Brady Griffin, it is a 1-0 lead. Then Kramer gets his second, this one at 14:53. This one is unassisted as they give it, so it's a 2-0 advantage in the first period. Then in the second at 2:46, it is Uglum to get his 8th of the season. Acevedo and, yes, Kramer with the assist, and it's a 3-0 lead through just moments, less than 3 minutes into the second period. Then at 16:47, Kramer once again. He puts the puck back in off of kind of a bad bounce from the side of the net to make it a 4-0 lead. Uglum and Acevedo with the assists, and the same line combines once again at 3:18 of the third period remaining. And that is your final score, as Colton Kramer sets all sorts of records for Iowa State. 4 goals, 5 points, and those are for this season the high point totals for Iowa State. They win this game by a score of 5-0. They improved to 11-4 on the season for head coach Jason Fairman. And for Missouri State head coach Jeremy Law, his squad is now 25-3 this season. Again, our next game and our next broadcast will be tomorrow. Missouri State and Iowa State. We'll have that one for you right here from Jordan Valley Ice Park. If you're wondering why folks that have been tuning in and listening, why it's now Jordan Valley Ice Park, the naming rights had expired. And so they're going back to what they were originally called 10 years ago, the Jordan Valley Ice Park. Well, that's going to do it here from that same ice surface, the Stan Melton Rink here, as Missouri State falls by a count of 5-0. We'll do it all again tomorrow. We hope you'll tune in. I'm Steve Casson for Dan Lee and for Matt Reisner, along with Dwayne Darr, keeping us on the air at KBFL. Until tomorrow, good night, everyone.
You've been listening to Missouri State Ice Bears Hockey with your host, Steve Casson. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's game. Ice Bears Hockey is a presentation of DS Sports Enterprises and WebSportsRadio.com.